What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Dova Kings podcast. If it's your first time, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. If you're returning, as you might see, I'm solo right now. Usually, I have a co-host right here, Dova Ghost. He is currently stuck at work, so I'm going to be riding solo just for the first little bit of this. And yeah, so hey, if you want to hop in the chat and help me out, it'd be super helpful. But anyways, yeah, I mean, welcome back. And this week, don't really have a topic planned. Like I said, didn't even know when we were going to start this because Ghost is at work. So one thing I want to talk about. Hey, what's up, Lap? I want to just talk about the Masters, the golf tournament this week. If you're not a golf fan, I apologize. If you're in the chat and you want to talk about something else, drop it in. I'll make sure to talk about it next. But I enjoy watching golf. I don't sit down and watch every tournament, but the Masters every year I make sure to sit down and watch it, just because it's got to be one of the best, I think, sport tournaments of the year. And super, super exciting stuff this year was that Tiger Woods won it. Nobody thought that he would, and yet here he comes. I think it's been his last Masters win was 2005, so that's 14 years. His last major win, I think, was 2008, or is that his tournament win? One of the two, but nonetheless, it's been like at least 11 years since he's had a major win. And I never have been a huge Tiger fan, gonna be honest with you. Like, I respect his game. You have to if you like the game of golf, because he's changed it. He's revolutionized the game of golf for so many young people. He made it cool. You know, before golf was kind of just an old person sport and a rich man sport, but Tiger with the Nike logo and everything made it cool. So you have to pay respects to him if you enjoy the game. But I've never been a huge fan. I watch him in tournaments, and I would much rather have somebody else win. I'd much rather have the young guys take him down. But at the beginning of this tournament, I said, I'm like, you know what? I would be okay with Tiger winning it. I would enjoy to see him get one more closer to Jack Nicklaus's record at 6 green jackets. Starting out, it looked like he was going to do it. It's the best he's played in a while. But also, I mean, this tournament was, I feel, one of the best that I've seen in golf in a long time. One complaint I've had about golf recently is that we have all this young talent. I mean, if you're going to look at the pool of players, you have Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Ricky Fowler, Jason Day. There's so many more names that I'm not even naming. Xander Schauffele, one of my faves. There's so much raw athletic talent in golf right now. And something that bugs me is we're not getting that much competition. I feel like most majors or most tournaments, what you're seeing is you're seeing one guy kind of take it away, either Saturday or on Sunday. So there's not, just the Sunday golf hasn't been the most fun to watch because there hasn't been that competition. This tournament was unlike one I've seen in a long time. All throughout Thursday, Friday, Saturday, everybody was playing well, but going into Saturday, there were a lot of people tied. We were 12 under. The course was in scoreable position. I'm not going to say it's in peak condition, because most people would say that it wasn't how Augusta should be played, because it was a little soft, a little wet, so it was easier for the golfers, some would say. But everybody was in contention. It felt like we had so many big names going in to Sunday. We had Dustin Johnson was close, Jason Day was close, Xander Schauffele, Tiger, Francesco Molinari. Who else was up there? Adam Scott was up there, but poor Adam Scott could not make a putt. Jordan and Justin weren't really. Jordan was nowhere close. I love Jordan Spieth, I really do. He cannot figure out his putting game. He just, for some reason, is in some kind of slump. And the thing is, he puts himself in such good positions. I saw him miss probably 4 or 5 3-foot putts for birdie. And it's like, So yeah, you're playing par golf. Couple bogeys and then playing par golf. That's going to hurt you, and other players are going to capitalize. If he can fix those putts, he's going to become one of the best golfers again. No, hands down. Hands down. But so going into Sunday, you have all these players that are just right in the pack. Really good competition. You even have some new guys. You had Harding, and you had, I'm completely blanking on his name, but you had two fresh guys. Harding was from South Africa, first time in the Masters, and he was like, I think 2 back going into the Sunday round, which is incredible. So you got this fresh talent. You got you got Tiger. You basically got it all. You got one of the most famous golfers at this course, and you got a newbie, and you have everybody in between fighting for this. And just it was also kind of spectacular because I guess spectacular is not the word, but it was different because usually on Sunday the lead golfers the people in the lead would tee off about 1 o'clock, 1:30. And they would play in pairs of 2. Because of weather, they moved it up. So the leads teed off at 9:30 Georgia time. So I got up at 8 o'clock to watch the entire Sunday. So they were up much earlier than they're used to. And so that was, first of all, remarkable. Second of all, I got to fix this really quick over here. First of all, they were playing with threes. So, I forgot Tony Finau. Tony Finau had an amazing, I think 64 on Saturday. So then he comes in on Sunday. He's in the lead pack. He's playing with Francesco Molinari and Tiger. So, I mean, Tony is there in it. So that was a change in itself. A lot earlier. Like they talked about Tiger, he has to go through this whole routine to get ready, this whole physical routine. They were saying that he got up at, I think it was 5 o'clock to be ready for his tee time. That's insane. Most golfers didn't have to get up that early. But I mean, well, some, I guess, if you teed off earlier because you want to get there and you want to do some putting. But so off the bat, everybody's a little rattled, not what they're used to, but the professional golfers, they're going to figure it out. So that was a change in itself. And then, so you have Sunday. We're going into Sunday. A lot of close matches. And, through 9, some people are making some moves. But Francesco's two under the rest of them. He's looking like he can't be touched. And Tiger is playing some really, really solid golf. The best that I've seen him play in a long, long time. That anybody's seen him play. I mean, it was insane that he did this. So, but this is where you saw Tiger and his seasoned veteran. You could tell that he had been there so many times and he knew this course. You had all these young guys gearing up, coming in, and Tiger was just sitting back. He was just, he was staying par, couple birdies, maybe a bogey here, but he was just waiting for his time to strike. Then on 15, I believe it was. No, had to have been earlier than that. 13 or 14? I think it was 13. I think it was the par 5. Francesco goes in the water. Also, Brooks Koepka goes in the water. So now he is, 2 back from the leader. Tiger birdies. Misses a close eagle putt. Birdies it. We go to 14. I think he parred. 15, we go in. Francesco once again going down. Tony Finau going down. The leaders are now they're starting to make some mistakes, and Tiger does not make a mistake in this area. He knows what he's got to do. He puts it on the green. And ultimately, even walking up 18, if Brooks Koepka makes it, he brings it to it. If Brooks was before Tiger, so Brooks makes it, Tiger's got to get a bogey to win. No, a bogey to go to play off, a par to win. Brooks didn't birdie it, so now Tiger's just got to make a 6 on a par 4, and he delivers. Because it's Tiger. You can't ask anything more of him. He truly, like I said, not being a huge Tiger fan, I didn't know how I was going to feel after this tournament. But I was getting emotional. When he made the putt, and the thing about Tiger is he did not break a smile until that putt on 18 dropped and he won it. He was straight-faced the entire time. There was no change in his emotion. He was dialed in. There was nothing that was going to take that away from him. And that shows that he is the greatest in golf right now, the greatest competitor in golf. And actually, talking about, I always say that, like, what does golf need? Golf needs a rival, or golf needs the new best player, a new Tiger Woods. And talking to my dad a lot, he's a huge golfer too. What he has kind of told me, and what I've realized after watching enough, is that in golf now, the thing about Tiger, and the thing about when you look at Jack Nicklaus and Arnie Palmer, you had to win. You had to win to make the big dollars. But the cash, like the bag right now, is so big for winning that you can go and win a couple tournaments. You can go and play second and third at a bunch of tournaments, and you're still making a hell of a living with all your sponsorships. If you're one of the bigger names, you don't have to be winning these majors. So what that to have a healthy living. So what that means is you have to want to be on Tiger's level. You have to want to win every time. And that's the special thing about Tiger is it was never money for him. It was never like he just wanted to win. He couldn't walk off a golf course without winning. Like, he had to be the best in the game. And he became the best of the game. And I feel like you just don't see that drive in as many golfers today. Obviously, every golfer wants to win. That's why you play sports. But it's not as necessary anymore. And, I mean, you look at it, Tiger played in a lot more tournaments at a young age than some of these young guys are playing. Jordan's not playing in a whole ton of tournaments nowadays, or the smaller ones. He's playing in the majors and he's missing cuts, but he's not playing in a ton of the smaller tournaments. So you see less competition in those. Whereas Tiger was playing in a lot of them as a young age because every chance he got to win, he had to do it. And so I think that that's what we're really starting to lack in golf, is that it's less of like, yes, you need a great player, but it's the personality from Tiger that we fell in love with, the drive. And actually, there's one person on the tour that I think has that, and I think it's Bryson DeChambeau. He's one of the younger guys. He was actually, I think he was in the lead after Thursday or Friday. Maybe it was only Thursday. Great golfer. If you ever listen to a interview with him, he's a very, very smart golfer. And he uses physics in his golf. He checks airspeed, he's got a weird angles, everything. He calculates everything out. And I think he has the drive. I see it in him. Obviously, he doesn't have the raw talent that Tiger did at that age. He's a great golfer, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if anybody at that age is as good. People said Jordan Spieth's the new Tiger. I guess, he had the talent. Now we've seen him drop off, obviously, but he went first and second in his first three Masters, so you have to say he's talented, because he is. But I think Bryson DeChambeau has that spark. I think whenever you listen to him in an interview, whenever you watch him play, he has that drive. All he wants to do is win. All he wants to say is, I am the best. And so I think it'll be very exciting to see where that goes for him. But I mean, not only was this huge for Tiger. So first of all, he's got 5, the record's 6. He's now at 15 majors, the record's 18. Or is he at 14 now? No, he's at 15 now. So not only is this huge for Tiger, this could not be bigger for the sport of golf. Golf has kind of been dying down a little bit. A lot because younger kids are playing it a little less because of the price. It's just people are watching it less and less. It's not as gone back to what it was pre-Tiger, because ratings were not good. Golf was not that big. Post Tiger, it's obviously still going to be bigger, but there was a explosion when Tiger came onto the scene. It was this young guy, and what's up, Tommy? And this truly could not be bigger for the sport of golf, because everybody's looking at this as the greatest sports comeback of all time. It has to be. It has to be. This man went through 4 back surgeries. Everybody said Tiger will not win another major, let alone another tournament. He's not returning to the game of golf. I saw my buddy tweeted this. He said, this man once had to tell his daughter, Daddy can't stand up, because he was in so much pain. And he got to his daughter got to watch him win a tournament. Shout out to Sam Bavacco for that tweet. I was getting emotional just thinking of that. Like, this has to be the greatest comeback in sports. I think it was, like I said, 2008 was his last, and he comes in as a 43-year-old, 4 back surgeries later, several other injuries. He had an ankle injury, I think, earlier this season. This dude had to win. Nobody thought he could. I mean, for God's sake, he lost to Phil Mickelson. Now, no fry at Phil Mickelson. I love lefty. I have always been a lefty fan over Tiger, but he won again. So it could not be bigger for the sport. It really couldn't be. He's all over every social media. Nike is blowing him up. We're kind of seeing another resurgence of Nike ads, just like we saw, the last resurgence of Nike ads we really saw was Colin Kaepernick. Then that whole thing exploded. Now Tiger comes in, another explosion of Nike ads. It's just huge. Everybody's talking about it. Even if you're not a golf fan, you show up, it's on the news, or you show up and somebody's like, hey, you see Tiger win. It's all these people that could not care less about golf, did not watch a second of the Masters, let alone any other golf tournament, and they know that Tiger Woods won it. And they're going back, and they're watching replays. They're watching the last putt. They're watching his greatest shots. They're listening to people talk about it. It is a resurgence for the sport of golf right now, and I could not be more excited for it. I am so pumped. Congrats to Tiger. He is unbelievable, just phenomenal competitor. And I've heard he's become a phenomenal human. Even, he's done a lot of bad things, but from what I've heard, he's become a phenomenal father, a phenomenal boyfriend, and just a phenomenal human. He's really grown from this. And Lap says Tiger the GOAT. Truly, I'm not trying to bandwagon. I probably still won't root for him in regular tournaments and stuff. I'd rather see the young guys win. But it was great to see him win. It was great to see this for the sport. And I think it's going to drive a lot of these young guys to, hey, Tiger's back. We gotta be the guy to beat Tiger. If I was them, I'd be like, hey, this dude that I watched when I was young, the reason I'm in golf is beating me. Nah, I gotta beat him. I gotta come out. I gotta beat Tiger. I gotta be the guy who Tiger gives the jacket to next year. So I think it'll be really exciting. I think it's just spectacular what it's doing. Yeah, I just can't believe it. It still really hasn't sunk in that Tiger Woods won another Masters. But yeah, I watched every second of it because I couldn't. That's how good of sports it was. It was just good. I'm saying this right now. It was a better watch for me than most of the NBA playoff games right now. I'm gonna say all because I have watched 2 and they're just not exciting to me. Now people are gonna say that golf is much more boring than basketball, and you may be right. But I'd prefer it. I can't do the NBA. I'm gonna be honest with you. LeBron bugs the hell out of me. Just really bugs me. Oh, that's where I was gonna go. So I was talking about the Phil Tiger match, how Phil won. There was a funny story. So Luke, what's his name? Luke Wilson, I think is his name. He's a country singer. He was at a party with, he was at, I think, Jordan Spieth's wedding, which was right after the Phil Mickelson tournament. And Phil Mickelson obviously was there too. And Phil, I think, won, was it like 19? I can't remember how much it was. But, so, Luke Wilson, like, I want to make sure that's his name. I think it is. Something Wilson. He ordered it on pay-per-view, however they were selling it. So he paid like, I don't know, I think it was like $100 for it. I don't think that's, let's just say it was $100. Anyways. No, it was like $20. He said, hey, Phil, that was some boring-ass golf, dude. So he saw him at the wedding. He goes, Phil, that's some boring-ass golf. Like, you owe me $25 for paying for that pay-per-view. Like, that was the most boring golf I've ever watched. Just jabbing Phil, right? Just being an asshole. So, Jake Owen, thank you, not Luke Owen. Fuck, yeah, because I was thinking Owen Wilson. It's Jake Owen. Thank you, Lap. I'm an idiot. Jake Owen, the country. Anyways, the story continues. They were at Jordan Spieth's wedding, and he's jabbing Phil. So after he says, Phil, you owe me $20, Phil Mickelson pulls out a $100 bill and gives it to Jake Owen and says, I have like 19,000 more from where that came from, motherfucker. Or when I read the story, I just botched that story, but when it, like, look up Jake Owen and Phil Mickelson's story. It was so funny. Like, legend lefty. It's, the man's insane. Bubba says your back's going to be sore from carrying this podcast. Where's Gay today? He's at work. He told me he'd be no later than 20 minutes. He's on the way. He had to work till 2. Okay. So he'll be here. But, yeah. I've been up since 8 this morning. Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you guys a story. It's disgusting. It's absolutely horrendous. So, I had to go to Hamlin University this morning to talk to some of the admin people about scholarships and such because I'm trying to go there. And so I get up. My mom and I are getting ready. She's coming with me. And we have one bathroom, right? So I'm, like, putting deodorant on and, like, gelling my hair, and she's brushing her teeth or whatever, and she puts her toothbrush back. And I immediately go and grab my toothbrush. And I'm brushing my teeth, and all of a sudden I'm like, why is the handle of my toothbrush wet? Like, I'm confused. Like, why is this happening? So I look at my mom, I go, what, like, why? Why is my handle wet? And as soon as I asked it, I knew exactly what it was, and she looked at me, and I was like, what happened? She goes, my toothbrush is the gray one. Now, since I've moved home, I have had a gray toothbrush. Fact. I have had a gray toothbrush. She goes, well, gray's my favorite color. Why would it not be mine? That was her counter argument. So, turns out, my mom used my toothbrush this morning, and I'm absolutely horrified. Shout out to Jen Krause for that. And I think I scrubbed my mouth for about 10 minutes. Fruity Ludi said, ew, I know. Her comeback also, I'm like, Mom, how were you okay with that? She goes, I should be the ones that pissed. You know where my mouth's been. I don't know where yours has been. I was like, hold up. Hold up, Mama. What do you think I'm going around? Hey, yeah, Bubs, if you want to record one this weekend, I'd be down, dude. Yeah, disgusting, Fruity, I know. But we move on. I threw it right in the garbage. Guess I gotta go buy a new toothbrush. I don't know, man. I'm horrified. Also, in other news, so it started raining pretty heavily today. And we found out, so my window back here in my basement, back there. So this winter we had like long icicles on our house, like touching the ground from our roof. And so I'm like, so it fell and it broke the window. So it should be double pane. And so now one pane is gone. So it starts raining today, and all of a sudden it's leaking down our wall. And so my mom and I got to run outside to fix this. And so we're trying duct tape because we're stupid. Duct tape didn't work because it's raining outside. And my dad wasn't home to help us, so we had to makeshift. We settled on a tarp and 2 2x4s and tried to wedge it up against the house. Seems to have stopped it, but it was an eventful morning nonetheless. The point says, I really don't think it's that gross. Must be unpopular. I don't know. Like, the more I think about it, it's not that bad, but like in the moment while it's in my mouth and my mom's like, oh, I used that this morning. I was like, excuse you, what? No. That ain't happening. But you will see a fun Jen clip in the vlog. Should have a second vlog up tonight on my Dovo Palms YouTube, so go check that out if you want to. Hopefully the audio and stuff will be better this week. I bought a new camcorder, which I'm super excited about. I found like a cheap one on Amazon. It's just like your regular 1080p camcorder, but it's got a mic on top, and I'm pumped because this summer I know Bubba, Lap, a bunch of us are gonna go play a bunch of disc golf, and I am having surgery at the beginning of May, so I'm not going to be able to play, but I still want to hang out, so I'm going to go and I'm just going to record a bunch. I'm going to be editing a bunch of fun kind of vlog type disc golf together. Maybe I can get some cool music in there and like, I don't know, put scores up and stuff and make it all like dramatic, tournament-y, and so I'll have some fun with that this summer. Maybe somebody can dethrone Bubba as the champion. Probably not me throwing lefty, but Lap says it's going to be lit. Let's just say that. Yeah, truly though, this summer there's going to be a lot of content on my Dovo Palms YouTube channel. So just keep checking that. I don't know if we have a command in the chat, but if we could, that'd be awesome. But anyways, enough about my new YouTube. Enough about the vlog. What do you guys want to talk about? Any topics? Sorry, any topics that are burning inside you that you'd like to touch on? I'd love to talk to you guys after my Masters rant. I gotta figure out. Oh, had my McGangbang before. Always can't go wrong with it. I wonder when Gates is gonna get here. He said no longer than 20, so hopefully he'll be down here soon. Why couldn't Ricky pull the dub out? So Ricky Fowler, it's so hard, dude, because like he by far has the title. I think he might be stopping for food. He was hungry. Okay, he has the title of the best player on the tour without a major win, no doubt. So I don't know if it's partially nerves. Like he's been in the running for a couple. Lap says that man needs to win a major. He's so good. No, he clearly is the best player without a major. And he had a couple. I think he had 2 wins on the tour this year, just regular wins. So I thought he was going to come in, and he was really close. I think he was third. Tied. No, he was like tied for like, I don't know, 4th or something. At the end, but I mean, he was in the running. You could Lap said it's not like he disturbingly chokes, but he just can't clutch up. Well, yeah, it's so if you look at Ricky, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 18th hole. I think he was at 12 under. Tiger was at 14 under. No, he was at 11 under. Anyways, he needed a birdie, and he shanked it right into the. He didn't shank it. He hit it right into the bunker, and then had to make some remarkable shots. Missed it right, and just had to settle for a par. And so it's not like he like absolutely choked. He just, I mean, he's playing par golf. I just feel like there are several times in his game where like he needs that birdie. And it's not like he's putting it in the water and triple bogeying. He just is missing like a 2-foot putt, or he's missing by like, a foot or something on a putt. So it's definitely that. He's not choking, but he he's not making the big plays that at a Sunday afternoon he's got to make. Actually, two people I want to talk about, Brooks Koepka and Xander Schauffele. Brooks Koepka, first of all, gotta be one of the best golfers on the tour right now. He's got 3 majors. He had 2 last year. And even still, like, you ask the announcers, hey, there he is. You ask the announcers, and they're like, even in the golf world, people aren't talking about this dude. He's got 3 majors in the last 2 years, and he's not even being talked about. He's not, like, Jordan Spieth's being talked about more than Brooks, and Jordan Spieth's missing cuts, and Brooks is winning majors. It's like, why is he not being talked about? Second of all, Xander Schauffele, man, this dude has the wins. I think he's 24. He's a young guy still. He has the wins on the tour to be talked about seriously. He's top 10 golfer in the world. In the standings, he's top 10. And yet nobody's talking about him. Sunday, he's in the running, and people are like, yo, where did Xander come from? I'm like, he's been here all year. He's a good golfer, and people aren't talking about him. And so I think, hopefully, after this tournament, Brooks and Xander will just be talked about more because they need it, man. They are so good, and they're outplaying some of the big namers, and they deserve the recognition. Huge Dova Ghost appearance. There he is. What's up? He finally made it. Hey. So I've just been ranting about the Masters. Not ranting, but talking.
Having a good.
How was work?
Terrible.
Why was it terrible? What did you have to do? Was it a setup situation?
Yeah. It just took longer.
Sure.
Well, it was more of a miscommunication because, like, we thought the other third setup guy was coming in, so I was like, oh, for sure, if 3 was here,
yeah.
It's done in like an hour. Well, it's just me and laps. So then, like, it just took a lot longer, and there was a lot more picky things that we had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Look!
Laps
I wasn't kidding, though. Like, it fits on my GoPro stuff.
So that's the new
I don't know if this
camera.
is go-to. It comes, like, okay, so the vlog will be posted tonight of today, which is nothing. It was just me walking around with this shit in my house. And then
I have an interesting vlog today. You missed my story about sharing a toothbrush with Jen? We found out it's probably been like a month that we've been sharing a toothbrush. So that'll be in the vlog. So any ladies that are watching, I promise my mouth is clean. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
If that creeps you out, I'm sorry.
You
smell like dog.
I was petting your dog.
Yeah, you smell like Ella.
But no, it depends. The vlog will go up tonight. I'm not gonna vlog at work. That's setting up for me to get laughed at.
Also, Lap, just to round out this talk, Koepka definitely gets overshadowed by Tiger coming back and the shadow of Spieth and Rory supposedly taking the torch. Totally. There were 2 guys that were supposed to take it over, and Koepka has come in and done a lot, and even Koepka's like, I like playing with a chip on my shoulder, so he kind of likes not being recognized, which is interesting. But we'll see. Rude George. Here's our sponsorship vid. Hold up, let's open this up really quick. Brotherhood of Soap.
Excuse you?
Okay, immediately pausing that.
What are we watching?
Phase 1 treated as an initial test.
You just skipped like half of the face.
I don't even care. What
is this?
I don't know. Brotherhood of Soap? Slime God? Well, we'll check that out post. Rude George, I appreciate you tossing it in the chat, though.
Big opportunity. All right.
Huge. Some might say the biggest opportunity. Let's see.
Oh, man. That's tough. I couldn't vlog at work. That'd be so weird for me.
You couldn't vlog at work?
Well, first off, I'm not working then. I'm walking
that's
around
true.
with a camera.
Yeah, if your boss doesn't like you being on your camera, she probably would not like you vlogging. It's a sweet camera, though. So you bought, just time out. You had this camera and you bought a $400 GoPro?
Yeah. Because I want the GoPro for, like, actual, like, well, GoPro's waterproof first. That's
sure.
Sick. But
you doing a lot of swimming?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of swimming vlogs.
Huge swimmer. Next Michael Phelps.
When I'm
He's going to strap it to his chest and dive.
When I'm retrieving discs from mid-pond.
Don't click the link. What the fuck? LMAO. I mean, I clicked it and then I paused it. Oh, well.
When I'm retrieving my discs from the pond, I might need a waterproof camera for that one.
Lap, I know I probably shouldn't, but I always do just because it's funny.
But I'm gonna use this. I don't know, depending on how the vlog turns out tonight with like rendering it and putting it in and through and everything. If the sound's fine and the video's fine, I might just use this for a little bit. Cause like
I can't wait.
it looks
The
fun.
camcorder's coming tomorrow, but
Really
yeah, huge plays, dude. Huge plays.
love it.
Ooh, that's a nice
It's
look.
super close though. That's the thing. Like I can't like right here. My GoPro was here last time. I guess that's kind of what it was. Stream.
Yeah, yeet.
But no. So it works with everything, and I was like, this is sick because I had like.
That is cool that it works.
Camera.
It's a nice camera, dude.
Except the anal beads I can't use when I'm like normally. Cause
You and your anal beads, man. They're too floppy. You got to get the better ones.
look like freaking anal beads.
Well,
yeah, except
they
real
do.
ones are like $40.
I was once told by a very, very nice man
Oh.
in the theater dressing room that where to buy the best anal beads.
Oh.
And which material to get.
Oh.
I can't remember which ones. I blocked it out of my memory. I
Good.
believe there was a difference between like plastic and silicone, and like not just because they're different material. Apparently, one has better performance.
Oh no. I don't need to hear about this
Yeah.
anymore.
Anyways, that's
Tough.
what gets talked about in theater.
Tough.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Are you sharing your toothbrush with your mom? Can we talk about that?
We already talked about it.
How does it happen?
She said her favorite color was gray, and that just because that happens doesn't mean that she gets to use my gray toothbrush. Apparently what happened was she switched out my gray toothbrush with another gray toothbrush and didn't tell me. So how was I supposed to know? She's like, no, I gave you the blue one and I gave myself the gray one. I'm like, if you're going to give yourself the gray one, and it's the same toothbrush that I used. So she threw out my old toothbrush and gave herself the new one that looked identical to mine. How am I not going to use it? How?
It's a tough look.
How am I not going to use it? So I threw it away. The best part is there's 3 toothbrushes in that cabinet, right? Mm-hmm. Dale uses his electric one. So none of those 3 are his. 3 toothbrushes in the cabinet. We've been using one. We've been wasting 2 good toothbrushes.
That's tough. Oh my god.
If that's not the most Kraus thing you've ever heard, I don't know what is.
That is pretty Kraus. Like, just random crap like that.
I don't even know what to say. Is there any topic that you've been hankering to talk about, or are you good with your chips?
Well, these are Labs chips, actually. He got a Pico randomly. Yeah, he ordered Chipotle at work. Because our pub isn't open yet.
Sure.
But, so he had Pico and extra chips, and I was like, sure, I'll take those.
Don't you have your own bathroom? It's like a half bath. It's a toilet. And I sleep upstairs. So like I shower there. I have to get ready there because, like I said, I don't have that stuff down here. And the problem is like it's super cold in my basement, so I shower and then come downstairs. And I don't want to be like sitting in the cold while I'm trying to get ready. So I just do everything upstairs. I brush we have everything upstairs. And I sleep next to the bathroom, so I'm obviously going to use that one. It is tough. It's a tough look. It's alright, I guess that's what I get for living with my parents at the age of 20.
Spicy.
It's spicy? Hold up, I gotta pee.
Oh my god. Ugh. I haven't had Pico in so long. That's like spicy. Alright. Hello everyone. I'm here. So, we've talked about the Masters. Let's see. What other sport things? Russell Wilson got a huge 5-year, $140 million extension with the Seahawks after rumors he wanted to go to New York. Ovechkin beat up this child.
Dude, that kid got his shit beat.
Kid got his shit beat, according to Bathroom Boy. Should I just hype the Avs? The Avs got a game tonight. I think they're going to win.
Sorry, my back was sore. I had to get up and walk around a little bit. Did you do your NHL research?
That was the Ovechkin comment. That's all I know.
No. I didn't do my research. I know that the first round, like some teams were winning. The Lightning have lost 2 games at least, right? Like they were like the big team to win it all, and they lost their first 2, I think.
Oh. Go Wild! Sorry. I know. Are the Vegas team Golden Knights in it?
Golden Knights are in it. Yeah. Are they beaten? They got swept. Yeah, that's tough look for Lightning. So do the Pens. Dude, no way. Wow.
That's tough. That's really tough.
That's huge. Dude. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do both my Eastern Conference teams. I'm sorry, man. Avs are still going strong, though.
God. Avs fan. Something.
Dude. Vegas up 3-1. Avs up 2-1. Vegas is playing San Jose, correct? The Sharks?
The Sharks.
That's all that matters, baby. Yeah, Avs, let's go. Dude, I am Jets and Blues tied. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I'm just repeating what Lap's saying. I know nothing about the NHL.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Sharks are playing Vegas. Dilly. Go Vegas Golden Knights.
Woo-hoo!
Sorry. Noah, if you ever watch this. Go Golden Knights.
So you big Sharks fan?
Huge. Yeah, my old 2 roommates, Noah and his ex-girlfriend were, and Lily, my other roommate, were huge San Jose Sharks fans. Still are. Yeah. That was the funny part, is like, I found the 4 people in California that were huge hockey fans, and I came from Minnesota. Like, my roommate would tell me info on people that, like, I know from Minnesota. That's actually, it's so funny because, like, so I was hanging out with my buddies from Chanhassen. We were in Chanhassen, and they know a guy who plays now. I can't remember his name. He played at UND. Was like huge at UND. Had like the game-winning goal or something, and now he's in the pros. I think he was on last year's. He was on the Capitals last year. He won the Stanley Cup with Ovi and with TJ Oshie. Lap, if you know who I'm talking about, he's from Minnesota, went to UND. That's the information I have. Anyways, so we saw him, and my buddies know him, so he came over and was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And I, met him or whatever.
Hey, what's up, millionaire?
Yeah, and so I met him, and he wasn't wearing, any. He looked normal. He looked like I looked.
Yeah.
And so I texted my buddies, and I'm like, "Hey, just met this guy." And they're like, "No way, you get a picture?" I was like, "No." They're like, "Why not?" I was like, it's just funny how, like, it's normal for Minnesotans to know D1 hockey players.
Oh, easily.
To know professional hockey players.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? My cousin, who has a wedding this year, I'm going to, like, Anders Lee.
What?
Anders Lee, captain for the New York Islanders?
No.
No? Anyways. Wait, TJ Oshie? No. He played with... I said he won the Stanley Cup with TJ Oshie and Ovechkin. He was on the Capitals. I was just trying to brag about I knew names of players. My cousin was best man at Anders Lee's wedding. It's just more normal for us to know hockey players, and they're just normal people. We would never be like, "Dude, you play pro hockey?" Oh my God, D1 hockey player. You're like,
it's fine.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
You know what I mean?
Are the Bruins in the playoffs?
Dude, I have no idea.
Is Chara in the playoffs?
Dude, Chara at his 8'2" ass on skates.
Oh my God.
He just signed an extended contract, which he's like 72 years old. I don't know how he did it.
I mean, as long as you can skate.
No, I think he's 41.
So
Check my
old.
facts on that lap. But so it was just interesting. Like I was talking to my dad about it. Like it's kind of like in Texas. Well, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, like I went to high school with that football. I went to high school with with Baker Mayfield or whatever, and you're like,
damn.
Yeah.
Tough.
Like in Minnesota, you're gonna know
Hockey
good
players.
hockey players. So it's just always funny. I'm not sure if there was a UND player on the Caps from last year. He went to some. The information I have, but I could be wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think you're wrong. Just, I know he is from Minnesota, and he was on the Caps last year. Can you give me a name from that information? And we'll move along with this combo. I never, like, for being from Minnesota, I never played hockey.
I don't know how to skate.
Well, yeah, that you look like a giraffe on ice.
I look like
Or like a
Bambi
baby
on
deer,
ice.
like trying to walk.
There we go.
Yeah. I just always played basketball. The thing is, like, hockey was such a time-consuming thing. Like, and so, like, my family would, like, ski in the winter. And so that's why my dad didn't play hockey either. He played hockey, and he was actually kind of good at it as a youngster. And his dad's like, well, you can either play hockey or ski with the family, you know? So, because it's so much time, dude.
Yeah.
And it's so much money.
Well, they have a lot more gear than a lot of other sports.
Yeah, like, that's why you see a lot of hockey players, I guess, at least in Minnesota, not play multiple sports. Because, you know, I guess I'm trying to think. At youth, you do. Maybe Matt Niskanen? Niskanen? It could be. Dude, I don't know. Where's he from? Can you tell me that?
I'm glad we got far in this conversation.
Oh, so, you know what I was thinking about? Maple Grove.
Okay.
So, our old high school.
MG.
Shane Garish. That sounds familiar, actually. So, what I was thinking about Maple Grove is we didn't have. He's both from Minnesota.
I think they're both from Minnesota.
Yeah, I bet it's one of those two. I think it's Shane. Beside the point. What I was thinking about our high school is like we didn't have, at least in our grade, that many two-sport athletes.
Most of them quit before senior year.
You know what I mean? And like obviously at small schools you're gonna have the star be multiple sport athletes, but you also see it a lot at bigger schools. I feel like, I bet it's Garish. Niskin is a much older person. Yeah, I guarantee it's Garish then. Like you see, like even I know a guy at Edina who was like all-state basketball and all-state football. Like you see all these things. We didn't have that many two-sport athletes. We had Bubba and we had Brad.
Yeah. Like most of the people quit before it even came to a thing.
Because RB quit football.
I quit football.
Yeah. I mean,
like, you have a lot of people who just didn't want to put in the time for that two-sport commitment.
yeah.
Because literally, like, if I think about baseball, we start in January and go until August. Like, baseball and football for me would have been year-round. I would not have had a break from any sport. It would have been baseball to August, from January. Football, literally from, like, all year because of ETS and everything.
No, yeah, usually multi-sports are spring and fall. Just because it's so hard to go back-to-back. But, yeah, I thought it was interesting because I was trying to add up how many guys we had, and it wasn't many.
Oh, did anyone do track that I can't think of?
I guess track, sure. I don't know the track team that well. I guess there were a lot of there were a lot of multi-sport athletes in track, I believe. Most of the football guys ran track.
Yeah.
So I guess I shouldn't say that. My statement might be irrelevant now.
I mean, your statement's more for the bigger sports.
Yeah.
Like the top, 5 sports of, high school.
Yeah. Well, and also, I don't know. I think from the football guys I know, I'm not saying all of them, but from the football guys I know a lot of them ran track because the coach was like, hey, go run track.
Yeah.
You know? I also just don't think,
our coach, Darby, told us all to go play football, but none of us listened to him.
Did he really?
Yeah, he won. He tried to convince half the football team to just come play baseball. He sold us all out and said, other than Bubba, you all can come play for me.
That's funny.
And we were like, oh, okay.
Lab said lots of athletes get jobs in the off season as well. That's true.
True, and as of junior year, I was working in the fall.
I mean, I noticed when I came in to lacrosse as a 7th grader, I was on the freshman-sophomore team, and so we would practice with the varsity squad.
Yeah.
So I got to know a lot of the varsity guys, and most of the lacrosse players at that class were also football players. Or were also on the hockey team. Yeah. It was one of the two. None of them were, specifically lacrosse.
Yeah.
But by the time, our grade was a senior, I wasn't playing lacrosse anymore as a senior, obviously. Yeah. But by the time that our class got to senior year, I don't know that there were any multi-athletes. Oh, Jack Kelly.
What do you play?
No, I lied. Jack Kelly and Hunter House were.
What'd they play?
Hockey.
And?
Lacrosse.
Oh, they did?
Well, Jack Kelly actually might have quit.
Yeah, I did.
Lacrosse.
I didn't know anyone who played, like...
Senior year, he might have quit. I know for a fact Hunter House played lacrosse.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I didn't know lacrosse was, like, an actual thing in high school.
Jack quit lax, though. Okay, so I was right. Jack quit lax. Hunter continued to... See, exactly. Like, Jack was a great lacrosse player. I didn't
know lax was still a thing in high school. Like, I knew it was a sport.
Yeah.
You never heard of people
lax
going to
was so
them.
shitty, though. Horrible weather.
I never, like, heard about it. No one went to the games. No. Like...
Because it was such... And that's kind of one of the reasons, honestly, like, I stopped playing lacrosse, was it was such a tight-knit of people.
Yeah.
That, like, I didn't get a... Not that... Like, I wasn't friends with that group of people. Like, it was such a tight-knit that, once again, not a lot of people were going to games.
Yeah.
You know? We made it to state, I think, 2 years? I know we made it 1 year. I think we made it our junior year, but I love lacrosse. I actually think I miss playing... If I could go back and play one sport, I'd probably play lacrosse again instead of football. Mainly because I think it'd be easier for me to get into it.
Yeah.
Because I can take a 6-foot pole and hit people with it. And I was fortunate enough, like I said, I played freshman, sophomore as a 7th grader because not a lot of people were playing it.
Yeah.
You know, I played JV as a freshman simply because of numbers. It's not like I was the best kid out there. It was because we didn't have enough kids.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm thankful that lacrosse wasn't huge
because it was easier to go on. And play.
But at the same time, I don't know. I wish it would have got some more recognition because it was a really fun sport to watch. The girls lacrosse got good recognition.
That's true.
Because look at the people who were playing it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I still see I guess.
It was all the hockey girls. Haley Herdine was playing. Claire McLean was playing. Ellie Corbin was playing.
There we go. I was sitting there nope, okay.
You didn't know the first two?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Caleb Gates.
I went to school and don't know anyone.
Yeah. To be fair, I only knew Claire and Haley Herdine because I was friends with Riley. Because of Norman.
Yeah.
I knew Claire because she was on that same trip with us.
Yeah. I just know people that I need to know.
So
and that talk to me.
I guess that group was more, because of multiple sports, you're gonna have more fans. I will say our junior year, the most fun sports team I had watching in high school was the girls hockey team.
Not gonna lie, I never went to a girls hockey game or a guys hockey game.
Dude, I wasn't huge on our guys hockey team. Our girls hockey team was so good. They were so good. Junior year, when they made it to the championship, I still remember it. There were 2 penalties. It was a 3. The penalty kill. It was 3v5.
Yeah.
And we dropped it. We didn't choke it. I mean, it was a 3v. Brianna Blessy was playing an amazing game all game. I believe it was overtime. And I mean, it was 3v5. It's hard. I remember Tina Campa and Sydney Hansen were both on the ice. You cannot blame anybody for that.
Yeah.
It happens. So
what were the 2 penalties?
I think there was a tripping and I think it was a tripping and maybe a cross check or something. I think somebody got close to the crease and so it's overtime, so you get zealous and you go for the hit. I don't blame them.
All right.
I don't blame them. Put her on her ass. Tina had a questionable call. Okay, so Lapp remembers it too. I do remember if Tina's was the second penalty. I remember the second penalty being questionable. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Then Sydney blew a girl up out front, and that was okay. So yes, Sydney's the one that put the girl on her ass out front. Okay, so I remember more than I think I do.
You're there's this tripping thing, and then someone.
Okay, so that's why I remember those 2 names. Tina and Sydney were the ones that got penalized. Sydney put the girl down in front of the crease.
Yeah.
And Sydney's a strong girl. Don't fuck with her. She could take me down on skate.
Me, I wouldn't even take her on. With
stupid play, though. Lost them the finals. I mean, it's true.
I wouldn't even fight Sydney in general.
Looking back, it's true. They were, But that game, man, was... Detloff was there. He was getting everybody hyped up.
Isn't Detloff at everything?
Yes. But, I mean, he was down front. It was... And the the semifinal game was a great game as well. Like, watching that team that year, Wentty also ripped post with 12 seconds left. I do remember that.
I actually remember that.
Like,
I remember hearing about that.
That was... I don't know if it was because... I think it was a multitude of things. I knew a lot of people on the team.
Yeah.
And I was friends with a lot of people on the team.
Yeah.
And secondly, it was just, like, they were so good. Lab said Detloff was never at a boys hockey game. Fuck all the teachers. They are all fake. We'll get to that in a second.
Girl sports. Woo!
Like, that team was so good. I'm trying to think of the amount of D1 players that were on that team. A lot of them. But, like, I can still name off a ton of that team. And they were so fun to watch. It was by far the most seasoned and the most fun team I had watching in my 3 years at high school. Hands down.
Wasn't there only 2 D1 hockey players on that team?
No.
In our grade?
Tina.
Oh, Tina went D1?
Bemidji's D1. Bemidji State is B1. Bemidji State. From our grade, you have Brianna.
Yep.
You have Coco. Went to Union.
She existed.
How dare you? I saw her the other day with Kendall First at the Apple Store. You had...
I just didn't remember her.
You had Tina. You had... I said Wenty. Haley Herdine, Coco, Bree, Tina, Mia, and Emma Larson. Yeah, well... Yeah. Oh, Maya, I think he's saying. Maya Martinez was like the stud sophomore that year. And now she's at Union.
Wait, who's Maya Martinez?
Mason Martinez's sister. Maggie Martinez.
Okay, there we go.
Her sister.
Again, I don't know people.
Did Gates go to Maple Grove?
Dude, I went to no football games after junior year.
Okay, that's
not
fair.
even. I didn't go to any sports games other than my baseball games after like the first season or first game of football.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to.
Yeah. Emma Larson. I don't remember who that is. Where'd she go? Went to Osseo. Confirmed. Girls' sports tend to get so overlooked at the college level. It's honestly sad because they usually have better records than the guys.
I actually enjoy watching girls' sports in college
Dude,
level.
I love watching girls' sports, honestly.
Softball comes on, and literally the Gates family reconvenes in the living room to watch softball for dinner, and we're like, what?
My dad works with a D1 softball ump. I'm like,
such an interesting thing.
She's a senior this year, and she's going to a school in Boston. Oh, geez. Okay. The team this year is really good, too. It's a lot of the younger sisters of people.
Yeah.
But, no, like, girls hockey, I watched the, Wisconsin-Minnesota game. They were in the finals for women's hockey this year. So, like, Wentty versus Bree.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin ended up winning, but that was some good hockey, man. And whenever the Olympics come around, love watching the girls team. And girls soccer, dude. The USA girls soccer team is so much better to watch than the guys because they actually are good.
Yeah, I like this is another thing. I watch baseball. That's it.
Dude.
I can't comment on anything else. Like I don't enjoy watching soccer. I don't enjoy watching hockey.
God. Girls soccer
watching
is so
sports.
good, dude. USA versus Japan. It happens like every it's insane, dude.
I'd rather watch there's other I'd watch rugby probably before I'd sit down and watch a soccer game.
Really?
I
like watching rugby.
I like soccer to me just isn't a fun sport to watch. I sit there and I'm like,
yeah.
And that, I just want to do something.
Yeah.
I need to fidget or when someone gets hit in football, I'm across the room jumping. It just in my body, I feel the adrenaline that he feels, and I'm like, ha ha.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's it's just too slow of a sport for me.
Dude. So there's not a women's professional hockey team. There's not, a WNHL.
Yeah.
Well, there might be, but there's a league out
as far as
east.
we know.
There's a league out east that a couple there. I think there's 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah.
That a lot of the girls play professionally because the thing is the girls. Or I should say the women that are on the U.S. national team, Lab said there actually is. Once I said WNHL, I remembered it, but it's incredibly small. Okay, so I know there is a league out east.
Yep.
And a lot of the teams, that's what, heavy in the chat, we love it. That's what I was just about to talk about. So there's this league, and a lot of the women from from the Olympic team, they have to go get jobs on the offseason. They don't get paid enough from the Olympics, right? And they can't go play like pro hockey. It's not big enough. So there's a bunch of women from Minnesota. It's the NWHL.
National Women's Hockey League.
Gotcha. So a bunch of women from Minnesota made this team, and it was their first year in this new league out east.
Dale at work?
Dale's at work listening. We love it. And
that's what hit me because I don't remember seeing his truck
you
here.
came in. Was he
I didn't
here?
see his truck here, so I was like...
and they went out east, and they won it all.
All right.
They just blew it up.
Well, I just feel like any Minnesota hockey players...
It was just unfair, dude. It's incredible. And they just lost the money to fund it. Rip. Did they really?
That's...
Where was the money coming from, and where did they lose it?
Well, it could be a private investor that...
Probably is.
Or something
Dude,
like that.
Talk about money in sports. The women's soccer team, I need to look this up. I don't know if they're still on strike. If Heavy's listening and he knows, please tell me. The women's soccer team was on strike for a while because they weren't being paid the same.
I think it got closed.
It got
I
closed?
believe I saw something where...
Lab said the owner's probs backed out.
I believe they get
Probably.
bonuses now the same as guys for wins and stuff.
They get the same bonuses? Okay, step in the right direction. I mean, the girls' hockey team is so much better than the guys' hockey team. They're winning World Cups.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers, but I would guess that viewership might be similar. Obviously, profit isn't because the men sell a lot more merch and stuff.
I was gonna say there's some reason why it's not as boosted up.
Well, I mean, it's women's sport. People tend to watch women's sports less. It's just a fact.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Is that's why.
And they don't sell as much merch.
Yeah.
Not even close to. They don't sell out a stadium the same that a men's hockey, a men's soccer team.
Yeah.
I just think like that team, they're better than the men's. They're winning World Cups and they're not getting paid the same. I was so upset to hear it.
Yeah.
I was like, come on.
It's just like, yeah, it's like bad to see a sport like that and like especially having a really good team, but like you want to pay them the same or you don't and you're just trying to make a profit, but like if there's not money to pay them, like then you have no choice. You can't, if you're not making enough of a profit, you can't pay them.
Yeah.
And like if you don't see growth in viewership, like or like payment and stuff like that, like there's no way you physically can without yourself taking a cut.
Here's the thing: at that point, what I think needs to happen if the women are bringing in enough profit, that's not their fault. They're winning. They're doing their job.
Yeah.
At this point, it's because society just watches less women's sports. What you need to do, and there would be an uproar, but here's what you need to do, and I'm going to say it: you need to take the men's profit.
Yeah.
If that's what you're paying the men with their profit, whatever. Even though they're making more profit, you bring their pay down, you bring the women's up, and you even it out. There would be an uproar, and the men's team didn't even make the World Cup last year.
So you're saying the men's pay would go down, so the profit they would
so
make
that the
would be
women's
even...
can go up.
So you're saying the men's would go down, so like their profit they'd make a bigger margin, and then you could take part of that margin then and pay out your women players.
Exactly, to even it out.
Tough. I don't know if that would be an uproar.
There would be an uproar, but why wouldn't that happen? If the men can't even make the World Cup and women's are winning World Cups.
Because then it would just go downhill and people would go play other places and then we wouldn't even do anything.
So what? If we're not making the World Cup, what's the point of having a national team?
Well, I mean, there's other reasons to not make a World Cup.
Not at the USA, though. Soccer is a different sport, man. Like, when Iceland made the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you know what it did for that country? It made jobs. The economy boosted because of a soccer team. And a lot of European countries do it too. If your team makes the World Cup, if your team's winning, this and that, your economy boosts.
Okay.
Doesn't happen here.
No.
So the USA, and I listened to an ex-USA player talk about it. Because soccer means so much other places, making the World Cup is huge. The men's soccer team didn't make the World Cup.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Tough.
Tough.
Well, because we have if you look at like national sports around the world,
Mm-hmm.
like soccer is I'd say the biggest one.
Absolutely,
out of everyone.
100%.
Like, it's universal. Soccer is not universal to us. We have our own football, like we have our own sports in football.
Yep.
We have baseball is basically like the universal sport that we're kind of in, and we also have that's kind of it, I guess. Baseball, football, hockey, I guess. Like we have those 3 sports that are like our sports, and we have it's saturated with so many teams that like something like losing or not making like it's not as big of a deal because soccer, some countries only have that soccer team, and so like that's like they're all backing it, the whole country backs it. But like if we were to look at total viewership of soccer in the United States, like
It's down.
It's not as big as like any other country would be.
Exactly.
And like
So cut the pay the women more. Because the women's soccer team is technically, like, yeah, profit-wise,
Yeah.
it's probably not making as much, but they're doing their job better.
yeah.
They're winning more. They're
Yeah.
caring more about the game that they're playing.
Well, like you could say that also like in I don't want to compare. Like I think women's sports are just as important.
Pause for a second. Nikki said the NWHL is expanding into Canada and is getting money from the NHL as of April 2nd. That's awesome. I'm going to have to do some research on that.
That'd be like not comparing women's as like a lower sport or anything.
Yeah.
But if a AAA team of baseball is winning more games, and like there's literally MLB teams who like the Red Sox can't win a game this year.
Yeah.
They won the World Series last year.
Yep.
Did they? Yeah. But they can't win anything this year. But they're like, say their AAA team was killing it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say in any way like, it's obviously not the same, but like in that like they're doing better. So like they play the same amount of games. Like you could like switch the team around and do that, but like that would just cause more. Like you wouldn't bring that AAA team up to play as your pro team and then send your pro team down.
No. Because, yes, profit-wise, yeah, that team is playing better, and profit-wise, the top team's still doing more.
Yeah.
But the difference there is the AAA guys are still trying to get to the top guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to bring them up.
Yeah.
The women are playing at the highest level of women's soccer.
Yeah.
Those AAA guys aren't playing at the highest level of men's baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the women are playing at the highest level they can, the peak, and they are winning.
Yeah.
And the men are playing at the peak, and they're losing to Trinidad and Tobago,
Yeah, I don't know.
a team we should not be losing to.
You're right, but I don't know. I like as like a business person, I like as loving business and the whole like financial thing, I wouldn't do that. Like I wouldn't like cut pay from someone. Like if it was like a continued like terribleness, like they wouldn't make the World Cup like 10 years in a row. Like, yeah, okay, you guys haven't proved yourself in many years. Either I got to bring someone in from like a different country to like boost my team, or like I don't know what to do at that point.
I'll say this. The men's USA
Yeah.
has never won a gold.
Yeah.
I don't even think they've been to the World Cup championship. The women's team won a gold in 1996, in 2004, in 2008, and in 2012, and they got the silver in 2000.
Okay. And then but wait, how many countries have a women's soccer team compared to how many countries have a men's soccer team? Compared to
Less.
But like that's what I'm saying, they have less competition to play. And they like what is their competition like in the fact that like how much training does our US women's do that's more than these other countries can do for them, and how much can or like how many more countries men's soccer teams are way more practiced and trained that like we're playing like it's better competition, so we have more chance of losing.
So Heavy says the men's World Cup generates $38 million that is split among participating teams, while the women's World Cup brings in only $4 million. So U.S. men's program has more money to pay their players than women's program does. Yes, that I mean like we said, the profit is ginormous. Like the profit difference is obviously ginormous.
Yeah.
But, like, and Lap just said there's an extreme revenue gap, even though it sucks that it's because of gender. It is. Like, yeah, the profit is enormous. But what I'm saying is, like, the only reason it's different is because of gender. The women are playing their sport better.
Yeah.
They're playing the same sport. The only difference is it's men versus women, and the women are winning and the men aren't.
Yeah.
And it's not like, here's the thing. The men aren't losing to, like, Germany, one of the best soccer teams.
Yeah.
They're losing to Trinidad and Tobago, a team that hasn't been to the World Cup in I don't know how long.
Yeah.
They're losing the teams they shouldn't be because they don't care enough.
But how many years have we, like, been not, or, like, losing to those teams?
I mean, I don't remember the last time we made it past the first or second round of the World Cup. And if you talk to ex-USA men's players, they say the team does not care as much as they used to.
I think it's just soccer's not a huge sport in America, and, like, you're getting less and less people from America wanting to play it.
Heavy said, but in figure skating, the revenue disparity is opposite, and the U.S. Olympic Committee has said to be fair, they pay the men as much as the women. If the girls' national team wins golds but only revenues $10 million, then how can you pay each player $1 million? Like, they deserve more, but because of viewers prefer men's soccer over girls' soccer. Yeah. Once again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, like, there needs to be a way. We need to balance that out. So it's interesting what Dale is saying, that in figure skating, the women are generating more revenue than the men.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume, I would like to see the numbers, I would assume it's probably not 4 million to 38 million. But if I'm going to take a guess, the women are making sizable amount more profit-wise and merch and all this stuff, revenue, making sizably more than the men.
Yeah.
So if they can find a way to pay their men just as much as the women, even though the men aren't bringing in as much revenue, they are being fair and saying they're both competing in the same sport, we need to pay them the same.
Yeah.
Even though the revenue gap is different. So if they're finding a way, I'd like to see that way brought in to this soccer situation.
If it was realistic, and like if the figure skating has found a realistic way to do it, and soccer could find a realistic way to do it, I would love to see that in it. But, like, taking money from a men's team and giving it over, I don't think that's realistic.
I mean, no, but at this point, fucking do it.
I think if you can find a realistic way of, like...
I mean, I don't know what else... I don't know how else figure skating would be doing it. Where else are you getting this money? You gotta be taking the revenue you're making from the girls.
Well, like, they could be, like, instead of paying the player... Like, if soccer's averaging, like, $1 million per person...
Figure skating has one national team combining men and women, while soccer has two national teams. Figure skating pools the money together.
Oh.
Interesting. That's what I'm saying.
Left me stumped.
So when I say it like that, when I say, okay, take it away from the men's to pay the women's, that sounds bad. But if you say it this way, you take the money from both national soccer teams, you put it in a pool.
42 million.
And you put it in a pool and you pay all the soccer players.
The same.
Yeah.
So
you pool it.
So what, if we take the numbers, basically, I don't know, again, the numbers that, like, if it was, like, the numbers for figure skating, but it'd be 42 million. And then if every person made equal, then, like, your top players from, like, your men's soccer team are getting paid the same amount as their lowest players? Because I'm going to assume, like, the players get paid differently. I don't think it's evenly spread out.
No, I'm not saying that.
Like,
but even if a woman places better, maybe she's not generating as much revenue as a men's team. Like, but that's not her fault.
If you're, like, saying, like, no, it's, like, just...
That's just society.
That's just
and, like,
business, though. That's business. Like, she's not, like... That's not her fault at all. It's kind of like trying.
Yeah, but the only reason that she's making less is because she's a woman. She's playing better soccer than these men.
But, like, as society and business, like, she's just not.
So I'm trying to find a way to switch that.
Well, like, it's just it realistically will just have to, like, over time have to switch. Like,
I get that.
It, like, there's, like, no, because you'd be saying then, like, because to, like, if you were just say you were to cut it, like, 42 million from the 38 and 4 million, cut it in half and, like, be like,
yeah,
you and you. Then the women's would literally be getting 20, 42.
Because she's doing her
Why
job
can't I
better,
divide it in
Lap.
half? I am struggling. 21 million would go to the women's, and 21 would go to the men.
Yeah.
So then men are losing $17 million getting put to them. So they're still technically, in a way, getting taken chunk out of their revenue.
Yeah.
That's going somewhere
It's exactly
else.
what I was saying. You take it from the men's and give it to the women, except in this way it sounds better because you say put it in a pool. Now, what you were saying with every player getting paid the same, that's not how I'm assuming that's not how it would work.
Yeah.
You would pool and you would cap off for each team at the same, and then they can disperse throughout the team how you would like it. Not every player is going to get paid the same. Obviously, if you're a backup player, you don't get to be the captain's revenue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's the thing.
You run into more
I
cap
get
space
what
problems.
I'm saying is crazy. I understand that. I still would like to see it happen. Like, yes, the girls aren't generating enough revenue, but that's not their part of the job. What is their job? Their job is to play soccer and win games, just the same as the men's. And the women are doing their jobs better. It's the corporation and society that is saying why they aren't making enough revenue. Now, granted, I'm not like the U.S. Corporations for Women's Soccer, I don't know what it's called or whatever, but they, like, it's their fault. They're the one that processes the revenue, not the girls' soccer. The girls' soccer is doing the best they can. They're winning games. They are doing their job at 100%, where the men aren't. So, like, and the men are generating more revenue for being that bad.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the thing, is it's not her fault.
No, it literally is just like business. It literally comes down to the fact that the corporation can't find a way to generate more profit as of now for that group of people, so they have no way of really making money for themselves as a corporation to stay profitable while dispersing more money to its players. It literally just, they can't find room like with advertising, stadiums, teams to pool together more money to give more players.
Yeah. So Sagar said, but Lap said, but the competition the girls have to go through is way less. Not a lot of foreign countries give lots of time into making a strong women's team, where most foreign countries' best athletes are soccer players. You think if Jalen Ramsey was a soccer player, he would have this problem? No, the USA team would be insane if the best athletes played the sport. Maybe.
I think that
you can't
with
take
training, I guess, but
yeah, with training.
If you
but
taught
also,
them how to play soccer,
yeah, maybe though.
But I think like you're right. Like I think Jalen Ramsey, if he was a soccer player, would be insane at it because he's an insane athlete. And like I don't know, I see a bunch of I don't know. I don't watch soccer, so I don't know who plays soccer. Like
I don't know about that.
I just
dude.
know they're
like,
conditioned. That's all I know.
Here's the thing, like Ryan Du Bois, right?
Yeah.
If you took, I'm gonna say Brad Davison, right?
Yeah.
Because he's an insane athlete. If you took the amount of time that he and Ryan put in, same amount in soccer, I still think Ryan comes out on top, even though Brad might technically be the better athlete.
See, I don't know.
Because it's a different skill set. And I get that if you learn it at a young age, but it's a different skill set.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different game. Yes, with training, obviously. I just, like, I disagree. Because there are some athletes that, like, I don't know, man. I disagree. Kids in England are playing soccer from 3 years old, but you think if the best American athletes played soccer from 3 years old, they are going to be better. That's another thing, is, like, soccer at our youth is not as big as I would like to see it.
Yeah, because it's just not... like, to be honest, like, when I was a kid, soccer was not something I was told. I was literally like, all right, here's a baseball, here's a football, and can you skate? And it was, no, I can't skate, so here's a basketball. It was not like, hey, there's this crossbreed between hockey and, like, I don't know what to compare Lex to. Like, lacrosse. There's lacrosse over here. There's, like, ultimate frisbee over here. Or even soccer over here. It was, these are your main three American sports. There you go. You're going to play these three sports. It was never like, look at these other sports and see what you like. Like it just is like those are the three sports like that that people are pushed to play in America.
Yeah. Which I'm just saying, if we had our best athletes playing like soccer, we could bring in a lot of freaking revenue because it's the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
Like that's not arguable.
But you're bringing revenue in for like something they don't want to do. Like you're right. If I took a football player right now and said, "Hey, like play soccer," they're like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that." Nikki said the foreign countries have trouble making strong teams because their best women's soccer players are also working full time and have families that they have to take care of. Most foreign countries don't have the leagues we do for women's sports, and so women that want to play in the big leagues have to juggle full time jobs and the demands of the national team. Yeah. And that's also true. We have more money to pay our women's team. Enough to, not like we pay them a lot, but enough to live off at least. And do like they have full-time training. They have like facilities to use. I don't know how much they earn, a few $100,000 or something like that. I feel like that's reasonable. And
that's true, Palmer, but the NFL will always create more revenue.
Yeah, and the NFL the NBA just passed baseball too. Both of those NBA and NFL.
NBA shouldn't pass baseball. The NBA is so fucking stupid. I can't even talk about the NBA.
Drama is what people like nowadays.
Yeah, so it's just start NBA tickets. Like freaking E-News. It's not sports anymore, dude. It's ridiculous. It's athletes getting on a court and playing a sport and then getting off the court and making more money for what they're saying off the court. It's stupid. That's not fucking talent. I'm not saying they're not talented people. They're amazing athletes, but like complaining off the court and making money off of it is stupid.
It literally just comes to that social media is taking over, so that the fact that they literally can, like, if Russell Westbrook says something just outrageous about Joel Embiid, right, for the next game that they're not even playing, but if they were to play each other, and Russell Westbrook says he's going to dunk on Joel Embiid. That's not even big drama. That's just a statement. Mm-hmm. You know how many more people are going to go and watch that Oklahoma City versus the 76ers game? They, like, draw in that way. They draw in attention by what they say outside to make more people watch on the inside. It literally, social media is growing these sports because of drama. People
Which I guess, so I just, like, I hate that.
People are going to watch the Raiders now because Antonio Brown's on the team and everyone wants to see if the Raiders play the Steelers, everyone wants to see what happens.
See, I'm annoyed with that. Also, Lap was saying, I completely disagree. Brad would have been the best in whatever sport he decided to play at Maple Grove. Here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with that. Brad is one of the hardest working athletes I've ever met. But I do agree that there is a cap. There is a cap at what sport, like, there's a cap of best in a sport, right? And Brad may have been the best he could be in soccer, and it might not have been better than somebody else's best at soccer because it's different skill sets. That's like saying, like, I know we're taking, like, we're getting, like, I'll make an example for sports and I'll make an example for like theater. If you and I started theater at the same time, would have been different. Yeah. Different personalities, different skill sets. In sports, I played baseball when I was younger. Yeah. I played football when I was younger. Yeah. I played basketball when I was younger. Yeah. I would argue I put the same amount of time in practice in football and basketball. Or I would also argue I put the same amount of time in football than lacrosse. Yeah. Same amount of time. I was better at one sport. Even two-star athletes or two-sport athletes, most of them have a better sport, and that's the route they go. Not all of us are like freaking Kyler Murray. Like, you have a cap at which your best is. I think it's different because they're two different sports. It's different skill sets. Yeah. So, yeah, I could have put the same amount of hours into football and lacrosse. I would have come out a better sports player in one of them.
Fair, but I like the exact amount of hours is like you're saying. Yes. Like if you put like this amount of hours in this here, you're saying that you may have a feel for this sport more. Like you may be better in this sport. Okay, like I agree with that. But like I thought we were saying like if Brad and Ryan started off at 3 years old and started from there and they just played soccer, and literally got just to the end.
I still think.
You still think?
I still think Yeah, because it also has to do with genetics. Ryan Du is faster than Brad Davison.
Yeah.
That is something like, yeah, you might play different positions. Like,
I was also going to say, soccer has a lot of positions. And
well, that's the thing. I could never play soccer. I could only play goalie. But, like, people have skill caps.
Yeah.
And so, yes, you can be an extraordinary athlete.
Yeah.
But you still have a cap because different sports are different skill sets. I could put the same amount of hours from the time I was 5 into football and lacrosse. Split the year 50-50.
Yeah.
And say I spend all the same hours. I'm going to come out better at one because it's a different skill set. But Brad is taller and stronger, could have been a force in the box. I mean, Brad's size in soccer would be dominant at headers, and Brad's definitely not slow. Dude, Brad's not slow. I'm not saying that. But Brad's build also is not what you usually see on a soccer field.
Oh my God, I thought I saw longer legs, more tongue. I was
more
like,
torque,
whoa!
stronger shot.
I was like, whoa.
Sure, but him dribbling might not be as quick as Du is because he's shorter, he's smaller to the ground, he's fast. Like, everybody has a different skill set.
Yeah.
And I think one in soccer is more viable. It's the same thing. You put Du and you put Brad and you give them the same amount of time in football. Ronaldo's tall, sure. If we're going to compare height, sure. Let's do it this way. You put Du and you put Brad. And you have them, since the age of 3, play the same amount of football. Who's going to go farther? Brad. Brad is going to go farther because he's a 6'3" and he's got an arm.
Yeah.
Even though Du if he learned how to throw at a young age, he's not going to have as good of an arm as Brad. Just because he puts in the same amount of hours doesn't mean he has that same skill set. So Du who maxed out at, 5'8",
yeah,
if that, I love him dearly.
He's pretty short.
My best friend, he might be 5'6". He's not going to go as far in any other sport as Brad is because Brad, even if they put him on the same amount of hours in. Now, it's the same thing. Brad in hockey and Du who's going to be better? I argue. Actually, I don't know because neither of them play the sport. I'm not even going to go down that road.
That's a.
But Brad's 6'3", on like smaller, quicker guy that can carry the ball versus the tall guy that can rip the ball home. Smaller, quicker guy.
I don't know what.
It depends on what position you put. But all I'm saying is, dude, like, if you really want to take that argument, let's put it in Brad's court and put Du next to Brad in both his sports, basketball and football.
We'll see.
Du isn't going to go as far because it's a different skill set. Because even if Du is 5'6" and can rip it as far as Brad, but he can't. He wasn't born with an arm. He was born with legs to play soccer. It's genetics. It's different genetics.
Well, that's also comes like they wouldn't play the same position in football.
Okay, but Du still couldn't. Du even if he played, he probably would have been taken over in football because he's 5'6".
I mean, fair.
Like, I'm not saying Brad isn't fast, but his feet aren't as quick.
We're in a really big hypothetical
we are,
thing
and
here.
I'm just saying, like, and I know Brad's feet may have gotten quicker. All I'm saying is, dude, like, it's different skill sets, different sports.
Well, it literally comes down to if Brad and Ryan only played one sport. Did Ryan play any sports growing up other than soccer?
Yeah, he played football. He played baseball. He played hockey.
Like past the I think dividing line of 8th grade past.
I think he played rec hockey.
7th or 8th grade is when you truly decide what sports you're gonna play and you actually go for it. I think before that, okay, maybe even younger, 6th grade. But I think before that, you're testing out sports.
He played.
Because I also think if you took someone like Brad who played football, baseball, basketball,
yeah,
and football, first off, you need to be big to play that sport.
Yeah.
Soccer, there is no need to be as big as he is. He could lose weight. He could just work on running. There's so many.
Yeah, but that's also part of his genetics.
There's a lot of
he was born to be 6'3".
Well, not the height thing, but he doesn't have
Except
to lift weights that much, and he could just work on running constantly.
LaPointe said, for me, it's just the pure athleticism that a guy like Brad has. He would have be great in any sport he put his mind to. If this was a guy like Bubba, I wouldn't debate, but when it comes down to pure athleticism, that guy 9 times out of 10 will be better.
Except golf, fair.
I mean, I'm just going to say this, Lap. Like, Du Bois is a phenomenal... He has a lot of athleticism. Other than, like, throwing a ball...
I've seen that.
I'm not saying he's as great of an athlete as Bubba and Brad. I have always said since day one, Bubba and Brad are the 2 best athletes in Maple Grove. Fact. Du Bois is an athletic specimen. There's no doubt about that. But he would have struggled in other sports purely because of his genetics, purely because of his size. Like, it's easy to take a guy like Brad because he is so athletic. But it also comes down to genetics and skill size. Tough for Sam Huff. Sam Huff's great. He's athletic. I'm not calling him not athletic. Bubba and Brad are by far the 2 most athletic kids in Maple Grove.
Huff was that athletic? Or, I mean, I thought he was athletic, but I wouldn't
Sam
rank him
Huff's
above
a
Bubba
great hockey player. Jack Kelly, freak of nature. If Sam Huff had some work ethic, wow, he could have been good.
Fair.
I agree.
Fair.
Jack Kelly. And also another specimen, but he also was growing a beard in 5th grade so he could run people over.
That was so true.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
remember having him on my team, and I was like, yeah,
that
give
dude,
it to him.
Incredible athlete. Sam Huff, incredible athlete. In my personal opinion, Brad and Bubba, 2 best athletes in Maple Grove.
Thing is, Bubba's like sneaky athletic. He's quiet. He plays baseball, so no one thinks we're athletic, by the way. We're all...
And I love Bubba.
Fucks.
I love him dearly. Bubba, if you're still watching or watching later, I fucking love you, dude.
We all love you.
If you watch him on the basketball court, he goes down, he shoots a 3, he makes it, he walks away. I can't say Bubba is the 2nd most athletic in MG. Just me, though. For a lot of years, I said Bubba was the most athletic.
I can't, you're right. In retrospect, though, I can't, you're right. I don't know any of the hockey guys. If you, if we set up tests of, athleticness and did, running, lifting, what else would need to be put in? Bench press, squatting, and stuff like that, I couldn't tell you because I don't know what Sam Huff, Jack, or any of them did.
Yeah.
Plus, there's crazy athletes that probably, Eugene Horton, for example. Crazy athlete. But,
crazy
you
athlete.
see him, he's 4 foot tall, and he's in the Marines now, but,
God bless him.
He could squat a ton. He maybe couldn't bench, but he was crazy fast.
I got scared every time he came after me.
There's people that, they can
Ryan Hanscom, great athlete.
Oh, God. You're right, but, oh, God.
Yeah. Great athlete.
Great athlete. No, you're right. And, there's just random things. There's just random things that come down to it that, also people look at athleticism. Mike Tyson.
Jack Kelly also a freak athlete.
And look at, in different ways. And
Jack Props could have played any position in football as well.
Well, if you look at it, Teddy Rash was also a great athlete.
Actually, I lied. Teddy's top 3. I think actually Dale has made the argument. I think Dale has said that Teddy's the best athlete in MG. And I couldn't disagree with him.
I don't know how you can. He's tall, he's strong, and he's fast. It literally is the 3 things you need.
That dude, Teddy Rash, I might put him... Teddy Rash is insane.
Well, okay, even if
you're right.
At it,
so let's not rank it.
Ryan Brandsteiner.
Let's not rank him because there are a lot of freaking good athletes. But there are a lot of fucking good athletes, man. In
Carter,
MG.
Great athlete.
Still no state championships though.
Tough. No teams. We suck.
Girls is the closest we've been. Girls hockey.
Were they in the finals?
Actually, that's a lie. I think didn't girls golf just win one or something, 2 years ago? Or did guys golf win one?
Are we counting those now?
Well, it's a state championship.
Oh, I think did we win track then? Does track have a state?
I don't think we did. I hate athleticism as a rank because it's almost purely genetic.
Well, I also
agree.
think here's what I also think.
Oh, the boys golf team won last year. So it was the boys golf team. I was right at golf.
When I talk to people about the curse and stuff like that, I never brought up golf. I didn't bring up track. I brought up basketball, football, baseball, hockey.
It's a state championship.
As the 4 sports that were the sports that we need to win a championship in. I never was well, wait, did the golf team win? Or even like lacrosse or the track. Track was close for me to count it, but then I was like, I don't know if I can.
I count it. It's a state championship.
Because like I look at.
I mean, in my mind, that's like saying a Masters isn't as important as an NBA championship. Because one generates a hell of a lot more revenue.
Well, I just look at high school sports a different way than I look at later.
To put it in golf context, we haven't won a major. That's a rough one. We actually went full circle and brought it back.
What a way!
We brought it back to golf.
Hell?
Dude, I'm so pumped. So I get to go up to. Speaking of Maple Grove sports, I get to go up and help out with Maple Grove youth football tonight.
At least it's inside.
I think we're just doing football checks. Fucking football checks.
I hope so because it's
helmet checks tonight
out there.
Yeah, unless Dale tells me we're not going. I think we're just doing helmet checks tonight. But dude, it's so much fun to help out with those kids, like basketball, hockey, football, baseball. Yeah, I mean those are the four main sports. Only four that matter. Yeah, they're the four main sports, but golf still won a state championship. It still counts. It's a state championship.
Well, then, have we won one before we even
No.
got there?
No.
Golf was really our first
Golf
one.
was the first one. That's what I'm saying.
I still, not that I don't count it, but I look at it as we won golf, but we haven't won out of these four. That's kind of what I'm saying with, the American sports, too. I look at those sports on a way different level than I look at any other sports.
Yeah. See, I can't do that with soccer, though, because it's the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
I get that in America it's not big. It's the biggest sport in the world, so I have to.
Yeah. That just comes, from liking the sport
Yeah.
or, watching it and actually, going from there.
But anyways, like I was saying, dude, it's so fun to go up and watch, these kids. They're so excited. They're so excited to, get ready for football. And I remember being at that, the most fun I ever had was coaching. I think I had more fun coaching with my dad.
Yeah.
I had more fun coaching with my dad than I did ever playing.
Really?
Fact. It was so much fun. And I think I'm going to be able to help out this year because he's coaching an 8th grade team.
I had more fun just getting those pads back on and
Dude,
running.
So I think it was our 8th grade team. My senior year, my dad and I helped coach an 8th grade team. And we wanted to let them hit. We just wanted them to hit a body instead of hitting these pads. We wanted them to tackle.
They couldn't hit. Wait, were they wearing shorts at this time so they couldn't hit each other?
They might have been. They might have been wearing shorts and shoulder pads. But I couldn't. I was going to suit up. I was the young guy. I was like, I'm going to suit up, let him hit me. But I was in a play at the time. So, I can't be getting injured.
I can't get hurt.
I can't get a scratch on my face. It was literally I think it was close to show week.
Uh-huh.
So, nothing could go wrong at that point.
Yeah.
It's just if I was, playing in basketball season, I wouldn't let a bunch of little kids hit me. So, we brought Gates, and he wore my old cleats. We got him a bunch of kiddie pads. No, you gave him back.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Thank God. I couldn't find one for the longest time.
Yeah, you gave them back. They don't fit me anymore. It doesn't matter.
They still fit me.
I took one of the shoelaces. But yeah,
I got to put the pads back on and get hit by kids.
Yeah, he put a helmet and pads on and just got smashed by kids, and it was one of the most fun things I've ever watched.
It was really fun being back in pads. I wish I was on defense, but I can only hit kids a certain time.
That's fair. You can only hit kids so hard. I did like to knock a few over with the pads.
The thing is, it's fun.
That's why, dude, so at Hamlin, that's why I wanted to join the practice squad. I can't this fall, obviously, because of my shoulder, but, just to be back in pads and just playing a sport.
Yeah.
I miss a physical sport. There's one thing, getting your buddies together and going playing, backyard basketball or something. Or, playing flag football. There's another thing about getting in the pads and going out in a field and hitting people. And, it's just, it's a different adrenaline rush for me.
Can Dale get us pads for the summer?
It's a different adrenaline rush.
Catch Dale grabbing all the pads for us for the summer. We can get a tackle football game going at Gleason
I can't
Fields.
play. You can do it.
You can be the ref. Just sitting there.
I do want to see if Hamlin, I don't know if they, a lot of schools stream their sports now. I don't know if they do. Chapman streamed their sports. And so I was actually going to...
well, that's a Taylor question. She does videotaping for that.
I know. I was trying to become one of the announcers for lacrosse.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to see if Hamlin, streams them. I'd be like, hey, you need an announcer? come announce for your football team.
True, that'd be fun.
Right? I was going. Nobody at you'd probably crush the Hamlin football team even if with an injured shoulder they suck. I know. I got a buddy on it. I think they went like 0-9 last year. It's brutal.
Don't you go to Hamlin like once a week for a class?
But yeah, they're god awful.
Didn't you?
They're not great. I shouldn't say they're god awful. They're not a great football team. Hopefully they pick it up.
She goes to St. Thomas.
Yeah, St. Thomas crushed them 60-0. What do you want?
But she goes to St. Thomas
twice a week, but they still suck. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. Their record was not good last year.
I hope she goes to St. Thomas, or else I'm like screwed.
Oops. Yeah, their record was. Hopefully they're better this year. I got a buddy on the team. He's a good player. Hopefully they can pick it up. The biggest problem at that level, and you see it at Hamlin especially, is the offensive line.
Yeah, well, because the good ones go actually
exactly
farther away.
Exactly. You see even St. Olaf. St. Olaf had a guy who could have played at Concordia. He was the backup at Concordia St. Paul, so
yeah.
D2 football. And he said, "Nah, I want to play more," and he went and played D3 football at quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have these amazing athletes at D3. The offensive line is, especially at that level, is where you see the big gap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you see the big gap between a team like St. Thomas and Hamlin.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Like that, I feel like is... So that, I think, is what Hamlin needs to fix, is their offensive line. But it would... And I was like, hey, why don't I go...
Quinn, come join me.
Quinn, forget Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I get it's a good school, so I've heard. Hamlin, great program, needs a guy like you. Looking for a stud. Looking for the face of the program.
Apparently their defense is trash.
And their defense? I'll take your word for it. I saw one game last year.
Apparently I need to strap on the old...
Yeah.
Hell no, I'm not going to an expensive-ass school.
Yeah, Hamlin's... Yeah, that's what I'm finding out today. Is that it's expensive as hell. There's 2 scholarships that I can apply for. One's for economics and one's for theater. And pretty much, like, I want to study economics there. I don't want to study theater again. Yeah. Even though I still want to do theater with my life. Mm-hmm. I still want to be an actor. I just don't want to study it. I'd rather have economics as a major. Because one day down the road I'm going to have to raise a family, and I'd rather be able to go get a job, you know. Because as a BA theater, I mean, I've even asked my dad, like, you know, I'd be looking at like an entry-level communication or an entry-level sales. Yeah. To start out at least. Yeah. Until I can show them, like, hey, I can do more than that. Yeah. But now you have to be really involved with the theater program in order to get the scholarship, which makes sense. Yeah. So I emailed him or whatever, and so he's like, hey, like, if you're not going to be fully, like, I would, you know, maybe think about reconsidering. He's like, if you think you might get swayed to, like, be interested in something else while you're here, and I'm like, gonna be honest, I might rather want to go play, like, intramural football than do a show. Yeah. Because they're not shows I really want. So, big decisions coming up. That's my hardest part between going to the U and going to Hamlin is, like, the U, I would be studying theater, but I have a lot of friends. Yeah. So socially it'd be better. Educationally, not what I'm really looking for.
Well, I mean, Hamlin's like
20
minutes past.
Educationally really good, but like I know nobody. I know one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes away. It's not like I would see them more than I did when I was in California.
Yeah, maybe even more than right here. Like socially, like you could easily get there.
Yeah, but like a lot of things I want to do on campus, like extracurriculars, you kind of need a group of friends. Like even to play intramural sports, you have to sign up with a group of people. True. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like you'll make new friends. Appreciate that, Fruity. Like,
hey, was she here the whole time?
I don't know.
Yay!
First time they've commented or been in chat. So, like, I've done the whole thing. I go away and try to make new friends, and I made some good friends in California.
You lived in a house.
You know what I mean?
When I watched your vlog, I didn't know that's what the house looked like. So you're like, here's where we lived, and I go, that looks like a strip mall store.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been here. Sick. LOL. Hey, thanks, Fruity.
Well, it got here so
sticking
late.
Around.
Just like, come down. Hey.
We've been a steady 6 viewers all day.
That's solid, actually.
Solid.
Soiled it.
But yeah, so I mean, I've done it and I've made good friends. I think it's hard, like, because it's one thing to make new friends, and it's one thing to have your old friends.
Yeah.
I know it's really cheesy, but Ben Rector has a song about it. It's called Old Friends. And he just, like, literally the song just talks about how your friends from high school and your friends from junior high, you have a different relationship with than the guys you meet in college.
Yeah.
Because you grew up into who you were with these friends.
Yeah.
So, like, it's hard to, like, I can make new friends, but it's hard knowing that, like, I could have a closer connection with somebody else. So.
True. It's fair.
I don't know.
I didn't know these legs did this, by the way.
That is a fun little thing.
I didn't know I could bend them.
But you're still growing.
Ooh.
Wow. That's the other thing, dude. I gotta learn how to have fun again.
Learn how to have fun again.
Yeah. No. Okay. Not in that way. But like,
winter time.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Minnesotans, we hibernate.
No. But like, I was thinking about this the other day, and like, at 18, I literally like moved halfway across the country and said like, okay, I'm ready to become a professional.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go try to do acting.
Yeah.
And I put friendship, like, I like left all my friends. Obviously, I left my family.
Yeah.
And then even once I got out there, like, people would be like, hey, you want to go out on a Friday night? And I'd be like, nah, I'd rather like go rehearse this scene.
Yeah.
I'd rather go do this. I put all friendships and all fun and all like the college fun stuff you would think aside to become this. What I wanted to do was this professional acting.
Yeah.
At the age of 18,
yeah,
I literally said like, okay, like I'm a grown up now. I got to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like figuring out that I need to find more of a balance. Like, yes, I obviously need to figure out what I want to do and I need to grow up and I need to become a professional. But like, I also need to like enjoy college a little bit more. You know, that's why you're there. You're not working yet.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that's why you're there. You're there to get an education.
I was gonna say,
but like that's
whoa,
that's
if my dad watches this.
That's one of the perks of college. You're there to get an education, but also like if you go your 4 years and not like having fun, then like that's 4 miserable years. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It depends on the person you are, because like I look at it, if I was literally like I would have fun, but in all honesty, like do I care about these 4 years from 18 to 22?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I care that if I just put if I just focused on just like going to school and doing this, that when I'm 22, I have a degree and now get a job.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life now from 22 on, I'm set, or in theory, I'm set, and I can now focus on Monday through Friday working, and then maybe like Friday or Saturday night do something, and then recover Sunday before going back to work, and maybe at that point see where life takes you. But I know for sure I like tried my hardest in school. I didn't go and do anything, and like my dad says, put your nose to the grindstone.
Interesting.
And like
juice. Interesting take, Justin.
Well, like, because it's the opposite of what he did, and the opposite of what I actually did. But like,
I was gonna say, if you think like I love you, but the track you're on, you're not getting a degree at 22.
No,
I love you.
I
But
might not get a 4-year degree in general. I might just stick with the
that's
2-year,
true. You might have a 2-year degree at 22.
And then go to a realtor's license.
That's true. I'll give you that.
But like he's saying that like if you just get it done, like like your friends, like you might have to put some of that stuff on the back burner. But like if you focus and get like the dream degree that you want, like you're set now for like however many years you have.
Yeah.
Given it's a very simple view.
Yeah.
And like there's certain degrees that maybe you won't be set for your whole life, but yeah, that's how Juice looks at life.
Nikki just said most UST Hamlin students go and hang out at party at the U anyway, so there's a good balance for it. I appreciate that. Hopefully, like
Taylor's at the Hamlin.
It's good to hear that, because like I want to go to Hamlin educationally, and I agree with you. Like I really want to come out at 22, have a degree, find a good job, be like, hey, I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
But like also like you knew me in high school. All I cared about was being social.
Yeah.
And so, like, for that switch to all of a sudden happen, I'm now realizing, like, that's not me at all. And so, it was really senior year, like, when theater came up. Like, I put everything on the back burner. Only, like, theater was really everything to me.
Well, yeah, because you were throwing yourself at the will of trying to go to a big school.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do agree. Like, having a degree at 22... But I also like, I don't know, I feel like college, like that's where you meet, you know, if you want to have a family someday, there's a good chance you could meet the partner of your dreams at college.
Yeah.
You can meet these friends that then, you know, on those Friday, Saturday nights, you go to the bar.
Yeah.
I would, you know, like instead of having a good job, like I work at a bar. I see a lot of people coming to bars alone.
Yeah.
I could never do that. Like I could never after 22 go to a bar to meet people. And I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but that's why I'm saying I need to find a balance.
Yeah.
I felt like while I was at Chapman, although I had great friends, I would be the guy who like still even after 22 was looking for better friends and looking for more meaningful relationships. And obviously you're going to continue to make those relationships as you go through. My parents are good friends with a lot of my friends' parents.
Yeah.
Like that will then happen.
Yeah.
But
Trust
like,
me.
you know, like I feel like college is just such a good platform to make friends and make meaningful relationships, whether they're intimate or just like, you know, as friends, that like what I was doing at Chapman, I was not taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
I was not to the fullest I could be while still focusing on my education. So I just need to find a good balance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying one's more important than the other, but I chose one and I just wasn't enjoying life.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot, I need to not. You are playing with those tentacles.
I want to see what I can do
so
with
much.
them. Because, like, if I could figure out a better way to do it, that'd be so cool. Like, if it, like they, like, sat a certain way. Like, that's boring. But, like, if they could, like, bend down and be like, woohoo.
Dude, this thing is...
It's floatable. Floatable.
It's a thick boy right here.
Yeah. So I called it the chode.
That's a 2 C's and a Q. Silent Q, of course.
Thing is, that's why I'm excited, because my GoPro's waterproof, so like and this floats, so like I can actually use it like on water.
We're just gonna see you with like a freaking snorkel
Catch
at the
me
cabins. We're like, where's Gates? Oh, he's videotaping.
I'm out in the middle of the pond, just
in all those
out here.
in all those brown lakes in Minnesota where you can see a lot.
Yeah, honestly,
11th crowing, clearest lake I've been to.
Yeah, there's no.
The
clean
further
lakes in
north
Minnesota.
you go, the clearer they are. Fact.
Lake Bemidji is not clear.
That's fair. Okay.
Grand Rapids?
Maybe not fact.
Lake Mary, the lake that Josh's cabin's on, not clear.
All right.
Well,
How big is it?
small.
Yeah.
Not small. Okay, it's like. Okay, so it's Lake
That was a random statement.
Lake
I retract
Mary.
it now that I think about it. But
Lake Mary with a small little canal area that goes to Little Mary, a different lake over here. If you combine them, I'd say they're about the size of like your lake.
it also depends, like, you know, is it spring fed?
It's
Is
in the
it?
middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it also depends.
But yeah, there's no lakes. I could be like
Just
just like going around like this.
So we're
Oh,
taking
look,
a trip to the ocean
It's a
then.
northern.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Dude, that'd be spooky
That'd
if you
be
were
scary
swimming
as
and a
heck.
northern just popped up next to you.
Oh, Pokey's live.
Dude, what's up, Pokey? That'd be spooky as hell.
Yeah, I know. I'd be like, damn.
I have, like, there has been, like, northerns near our dock that, like, you can clearly see. Because at our dock, you can see the bottom, even though it's a good, like, 5
Northerns
feet.
are terrifying.
They're big.
Well, they're big. They have teeth. They have bones in them. Like, they're not friendly fish.
Oh, that sounds like a human.
They have bones. They have-
Walleyes look creepier.
Bass look creepier.
Dude, bass aren't good-looking fish.
Rock bass are the worst looking fish.
I feel like walleyes are uglier than rock bass.
I've never fished for walleye.
Have you ever seen a walleye?
Yes, I've seen big walleye.
Yeah, they're ugly as hell.
I think all fish are ugly as hell. I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
gonna
there's
lie.
no, like, maybe a skinny perch is kind of cute, but
Maybe a sunny, like a big chubby one, but
dude,
not
nice
like
pregnant sunny.
a nice.
Have you ever seen those?
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally have a picture of Josh.
Walleye's
holding
the
it.
best tasting
Oh. That could
in
be
Minnesota.
good. Ooh. Over wait, out of Minnesota? Are you not kind of like
They-
halibut or cod?
I mean,
or
that you're
anything
gonna
like that?
fresh catch out of Minnesota.
Oh, okay, maybe yeah, fair.
Walleye.
I was like going for cod or halibut or salmon, but
Yeah, all great fish, but yeah,
After I had halibut at work yesterday,
the
we,
best
like,
tasting that you're gonna pull out of like a
lake.
Minnesota
Yes,
lake.
walleye for sure. I agree with that 100%.
But they gotta be the ugliest.
I don't know. Rock.
Even muskies are
Have
cool.
you seen rock bass?
Yeah.
They're black fish with red eyes.
Yeah, have you seen walleyes? They're fucking creepy as hell. They got spiky things. They look at you. They're dead inside.
Do you know what Jim does with the rock bass?
What Jim does with it is
Jim grabs it and just yeets it back into the pond.
That sounds like a Jim problem. I'm saying you pull up a picture of a rock bass and a frick... Here.
All right, what do you want to pull up first? What are you
Walleye.
pulling up? Okay, I'll pull up a rock bass. It's going to take me a lot longer. My phone is not fast.
Dude, look at how ugly this thing is. That's a huge-ass walleye, actually.
Rock bads? Really, phone?
Dude, rock bads?
The Beatles?
Like...
But, like, that spiky thing on the back?
Look at that fish. It's not going to show well. That's an ugly-looking fish. I mean, if we really want to go into it, the ugliest fish I've seen is a dogfish. Dogfish are ugly as hell.
Bass have those spikes.
Yeah, but look at how nasty that thing is.
A big mouth.
These things are ugly as hell.
Rock bass are...
Does anybody in the chat have a preference between, or what do you think is uglier, walleye or rock bass? Like, this thing is horrifying. This thing's got sharp teeth.
What?
Unless that's not a walleye that is showing me.
Walleye don't have teeth, I don't think.
Walleyes.
Oh, maybe it does.
Look at that thing. Looks like something you find at the bottom of the ocean, like a goblin shark.
Well, okay.
Have you seen goblin
Yes,
sharks?
I've
Those things are
seen-
fucking creepy as hell.
Oh my god.
They unhinge
Goblin.
the jaw. They're like, and then pull it back in.
Rock bass.
Are you trying to find an ugly picture?
I'm
of a
trying to
rock
find a good one, because, like, all these are rock bass, but, like, they have red that looks like that.
bass? Yeah.
Like, that's nasty.
I mean, yeah, but it's not fucking a walleye, dude.
I think I get past the looks because I just know if I just put this thing right here, I'm going to throw them on the grill and it'll be nice and tasty.
The rock bass or the walleye?
Walleye rock bass are gross.
Yeah, I was gonna say you grilling
Nice
rock bass?
and tasty.
Let's do dogfish though.
Girl, I'm not hanging out with you anymore then.
Walleye look worse. Nikki, thank you. I'm looking up a dogfish because those things are ugly as hell. Like, look at that thing. Sturgeon might be the ugliest.
Sturgeon are sick. They have bones on their back.
Yeah, that's nasty.
You're telling me that's not gross? It looks like a worm. It's a muskie, though.
I was gonna say,
I think muskie are gross because they're big.
I might retract my statement that walleye are the ugliest fish, but I'm not.
Okay. Excuse you? That is not cool looking. That is scary.
It's a tiger muskie.
Ugh.
If it ain't cool looking, why people putting them on their walls?
Because they're big?
Yeah, but nobody's gonna have an ugly fish on their wall. It still looks pleasing.
Oh, who puts antlers on their wall? Like, you don't
People.
yeah, but you don't, antlers don't look cool, and you don't put, like, you
I don't
put,
know. I
like,
think
smaller
antlers kind of
ones
look
on
cool.
them.
Have you seen Hannah's house?
Yeah.
As creepy as those
Whoa.
heads are, they look cool.
I walk in and I'm like, a bighorn sheep.
I might
Ah.
retract my statement that walleyes are the ugliest fish to come out of Minnesota, but they're definitely uglier than rock bass. I'm not retracting that.
I want to find.
Sturgeon or walleye, for me, I think are the ugliest fish.
I just like sturgeon because on River Monsters there was a sturgeon on it, and I was like, whoa.
Sturgeons look like mini sharks.
They just look big catfishes.
Catfish are
bones.
nasty, dude.
Yeah, why are we talking about catfish here?
Catfish might be ugly. Well,
Catfish.
I feel like you catch a lot less catfish in Minnesota.
Oh.
When I think of catfish, I think of, like, Louisiana.
Oh, no.
You know what's a sick fish that comes out of Minnesota, though?
What?
Well, I don't know if it comes out of Minnesota, but it comes out of the Mississippi, which we claim lay to.
Are they the flying ones?
The long-nosed gar.
Oh, I hate gar. They're so
Dude,
gross.
they're awesome. Their nose, dude. They're gonna poke some fucking eyes out. Don't mess with a
here we go.
gar.
Bullfish. Here we go.
Bullfish are nasty, dude.
What the fuck? Are these not bulldog? This is a real thing, is it not? A bullfish. They are in the Arboretum River, but I can't find a real picture of it.
I've definitely seen a bullfish before. They might not be called a bullfish. That might be like a nickname that we've given them.
Bullhead? No, not a bullhead.
A bullhead. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, is it?
A bullhead.
You sure?
Yes, promise. Because that picture you just pulled up that said bullhead.
That's what I pull out of the Arboretum River right there.
Yeah. Okay. So once again,
Bullheads are gross.
I'm retracting my statement
Look
that
at
walleye
that.
are the ugliest fish. They're definitely uglier
Excuse you. Yeah,
than
yeah.
rock bass. That thing, That's not a fish. That is a demon from hell.
I honestly don't know why Jim doesn't like rock bass. It literally is like a fishing thing that rock bass are like the devil spawn. Like,
Really?
You don't want to catch these. Like, you might as well wipe them clean off the earth. Like, nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, you can tell I'm not that much of a fisherman. I am wearing camo, though.
I saw it. I looked at it when I was at work when you went live, and I was like, "Oh, we're
feel this though. Like this is the buckle shirt I was talking about.
Oh,
you
really
jokingly touched it, and then I saw in your eyes, you were like, "Oh shit,
that's really soft."
Right? It's called. Oh gosh, I then forgot the name again. It's in my wallet. Let me
Noise.
What's it called? Rustic Dime. Great brand. I'm very much
intrigued.
So we're talking about spawns of hell. Is it going to sound bad?
Spawns of Pythia?
Actually, it might not sound bad. First of all, the whole Notre Dame fire.
Damn, that's terrible. Did you see all the things that like survived though?
Dude, yeah.
I was like, whoa.
A lot of like.
Did you see the picture of the cross?
Yeah.
Oh my god, my dad showed me that last night, and I go.
My uncle actually told my dad a story about like this when they were over in Ireland. They talked to this guy.
Yeah.
And there was this church that had been standing for ages.
Yeah.
And then it burned down one day.
Yeah.
Everything burned down to the ground.
Yeah.
And the only surviving thing was a picture of Mother Mary holding Jesus. And it was not touched. There were no burn flames or anything.
Crazy.
So, like, for people who, like, believe in God, like I do, I'm like, oh, shit. But anyways, horrible thing that's happening. Like, obviously a landmark that, like they were saying on the news, it crosses borders. It's not just a Paris thing, like, it's the Catholic Church. It crosses borders between the world.
Notre Dame.
It's Notre Dame.
Like it is known around the world.
Yeah, but not my fucking professor, my boss was talking. He goes, "I'm gonna be honest. Notre Dame burning is like some weird ass like creepy movie." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Like Notre Dame burns. Don't tell me like the gates of hell are about to open up underneath and like demons are gonna come out."
Oh, dear God.
I'm like, oh, you right though. You right though. I just thought of the catacombs like that movie.
As above, so below.
As above, like all I'm
Such
picturing
a good
is just
movie.
two gates opening up and like from the middle of the burned ashes of Notre Dame. Have they officially stopped the fire?
I have no idea. I know they've gotten stuff out, so maybe controlled it enough to like one spot.
Yeah, I know a couple things have like
a
couple structural things have survived.
They retrieved the apparent thorns that have been passed down that were the thorn crown of Jesus. That's about all I remember. It was a big one my dad showed me, and he kind of looked at me, and I go, that's kind of crazy, actually.
I know there are some structural
like,
things that are as of last night when I heard it are still standing.
They held it up like it's in a casing, and I was like,
yeah,
that's like silver and gold. That's not a thorn crown. He goes, it's encased, and I go, oh. I was like, I don't know what you expect me to think here.
You were expecting like a twig from outside, like from the
twigs,
evergreens.
I was like, what?
They actually just came to northern Minnesota, grabbed some twigs.
We're just like, all right,
I'm
crown.
gonna use the bathroom again. So
But no, apparently a few people have already donated money to him. The richest guy in France donated or said he would pledge $223 million to go to the next rebuilding process, and then I believe a few more have said they're going to give money or raise money to rebuild it in order to rebuild that structure, because I think it's worldly known and crazy. Like, I think it's like a structure that needs to be rebuilt. Otherwise, I don't know. Like, I think that it's like one of those like worldwide known things. I almost said worldwidely known things. I just think it's a thing that needs to be rebuilt due to its notoriety, and I'm actually proud of myself for saying that word because I used it correctly. But it's actually crazy. Do they know how it started?
there was construction. I think that's their like lead right now.
Intriguing. Construction. It's a historical landmark. Exactly. So I think it'll be rebuilt. There's an investigation going on into that. All right. That's what I like to hear. Why is your CPU so high?
What's going on? I don't even know what that means, dude.
Why is your computer using so much thing when it usually only uses 9? You only have Spotify, Google Chrome, and...
Because I'm editing a video currently.
Oh, that's why. I mean, you're not driving frames or anything. I just saw it going up, and I was like, why is it going up?
My buddy just he
Took a picture?
messaged me my picture on my Snapchat,
Yeah.
like for this, and I had my Spotify up that said Mariana's Trench. He goes, love Mariana's Trench. It's like legendary, dude.
Legendary.
I love it.
True.
Not a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people know of them.
Mariana's Trench was very much a middle school, like,
Yeah.
you had to be into that kind of music, but then...
Nowadays, nobody talks about it.
Well, I think they kind of changed their music.
They did. They're much more pop now.
Yeah, and so...
I don't like their newer stuff as much.
They lost, like, their original... Or not lost, but, like, not as many people like their newer stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think that's where it all, like, changes and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like 2 songs. Fallout and...
I listen to their music a lot.
The other one, I can't even think of another one.
Who Do You Love?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I've been deep in... Oh, I still have Jen's. Jen made a list for me to go to a McDonald's. 2 plain hamburgers.
Did you do it yet?
2 cheeseburger meals.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I had it for lunch. Had to get 2 plain hamburgers for the dog because we feed my dog hamburgers.
She needs energy.
She's like a 7-year-old wiener dog. She sits on the couch all day. What energy does she need?
All of it.
She's getting old, dude. You can see the gray in her fur.
I know. I started seeing it. I'm like,
Bummer,
oh my
man.
God.
Well, when you start falling off the back of couches,
Yeah.
that's going to age you.
Okay. True. She probably got all the gray hairs after that.
Poor girl. Alrighty.
It's so nice that I can actually park on
17th?
that street.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out where it was in the house. I was like,
That's it.
living room.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that without the snow you can park over there.
I'm just like
Faster.
Except you didn't leave me. The guy parked. Either you parked it, but like in front of a guy perfectly, where I can't parallel behind
absolutely.
you, or he parked behind you perfectly, where no one could parallel.
No, I parked in front of him.
And so I was like, fuck. So
I didn't want to pull all the way back.
I pull in front of you, and then I do the same thing. I just leave just enough room where no one can park
Well,
behind
because him
me.
and I are the only 2 that parked there.
I was just... Well, because all down the street, no parking. I'm like, oh, wait, maybe we're not parking on the street yet. And then I look down, and I see your truck and this guy's car. I go, really? The only 2? Just
I actually have a story about that. So I got in the car. I got in my car one day, and there's always... So there's my truck on the street, and then there's this car behind me. And I think it's our across-street neighbors. And one time I got into my car, and I was sitting there getting my aux cord all ready and, like, figuring stuff out, getting my sunglasses out or whatever. And I look in my rearview mirror, and I'm, like, trying to fix it. And it was a girl driving.
Yeah.
And she gets into the car with, like, a boy.
Yeah.
I would say they're probably 17, 18.
Yeah.
So, you know, very much our age.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, like, didn't think anything of it. Then I, like, am, like, dinking around in my car again, and I go to drive, and I look up, and they're full on making out behind me.
Oh, tough.
Like, I'm not talking like you know, lean over the middle console for a quick peck.
Don't lean towards me to say that. Stop that.
So shy nowadays. So like full on like
Just into it.
engulfing
You're just like,
each
oh my
other.
God.
Like he's basically in the driver's seat with her, and I'm like, like in the middle of the street.
So you hit your horn real quick.
I booked the shit out of that. I like whipped a Yui really quick. They didn't know that there was another person there. They
like,
couldn't care less, man.
No, they were busy.
It was within a matter of seconds too. I literally looked down, I looked back up, and
You're out of there though.
her face was gone. It was just the back of his head. I was like,
no.
ow, it hurts.
What if she had something in her eye?
Hot, daddy, hot. He was just getting it out for her. Yeah, I don't think that's what it was.
Do you know?
Yeah, when I drove past him, I could see. I was looking in there with... I'm not going to not investigate further.
Gotta just look in.
I'm invested at this point.
I'm involved now.
Yeah, I'm a part of their relationship at that point.
I might as well introduce
passerby.
myself.
I thought about knocking on the window. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Palmer. I live across the
God,
street.
you'd be that guy.
Yeah.
Tough that guy.
You guys look like you're having fun. I won't interrupt. No, I would never do that.
Those
Are you kidding
people
me?
that always interrupt you and go, I won't interrupt. You're like,
oh, well,
okay.
what were you doing then?
He's like, I'm just introducing myself.
Couldn't have picked a.
Worst
I see you
time.
every day. You couldn't have picked a different time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Am I interrupting something? Yeah, you were standing 2 feet behind me listening to us talk. Yes, you're interrupting something.
I hate when people do that. It's like, really?
I will literally, like, sometimes I'll have to interrupt and I'll say, sorry to interrupt, because there's just nothing else you can do.
Okay,
but,
that's
like,
fair. If you say sorry,
don't
to
act
interrupt,
dumb.
like, clearly you know. Am I interrupting?
Am I interrupting something? Oh, no, we're just, mid-romantic dinner. That's fine.
You getting interrupted mid-romantic dinner?
I'm going to act like I've ever been at a romantic dinner before.
Fair.
I'm trying to think of the most, like...
Actually, I've been to one.
I'm
At
trying to
Rush
think of the
Creek
most...
Golf Course.
Fair. I mean, I've been to dinner with a romantic, like, with a girlfriend.
But
I'm thinking, like, high-class dinner.
Wait, like,
no.
actually, like, okay, because, like, this is for, like, our 6th month for me and Sam. And
Sure.
we went to, like, dressed up and went to Rush Creek to have, like, dinner.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of classy. It's like $17 of food.
I would say the most, like, dressed up thing I've ever been to was Tia and I, for our 6th month, went to Crave. Not a good night. We didn't make it to Crave. We broke up before. It's beside the point.
No!
That was probably the most, like,
Whoa!
dressed up and, like, nice, fancy dinner I ever went to. But it was Crave. I still don't count that.
Wait, you didn't make it to Crave?
No. The argument started in the car on the way to Crave.
That's so sad.
It's West End from here, too. It's not far.
Well, now it's just in Maple Grove. You would have to go anywhere.
I was living down here at the time.
Oh, yeah, true. You'd have to go up then.
To be fair, I understand it.
That
I'm
was
not...
so depressing.
It's no.
Just made it so depressing.
You should have still gone.
Fair.
So I know what's transpired here tonight, but
You want to still get food?
you still want to buy me sushi because I'm hungry.
I'm starving.
I do remember being quite hungry that night because I was prepared for Crave. And when you go to Crave, you get ready because it's a bunch of sushi and I'm ready to eat.
I would not get. I'd get a burger at Crave.
I prepare. Have you ever had sushi?
Yes.
Do you like it?
California rolls and that's it.
All right.
And like, I'll have 2. And then give me a normal American food, please.
Oh, I love sushi. I mean, fish is my favorite food.
Aren't you allergic to fish?
I'm allergic to shellfish.
Ah, that's what it was.
So, like, I can't, but I still love it.
Yeah.
I still love shrimp. I ate it because I developed the allergy. I
Yeah.
ate it as a kid, and the more and more,
That's
like,
so interesting.
I know. And then, like, I ate it, and I had the same reaction. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I'm lactose intolerant now. I think I've
Are you?
done that.
Have you
'Cause
developed
I like
that?
get like not like bad. Like some people get sick. Like
Yeah.
other people like I just feel like I drank like 3 pops though. Like
Yeah.
I get really like I want to
bloated.
burp and get bloated and I'm like whoa.
That's what happens to my mom. We started
I can't. I have to get soy milk.
buying Fairlife because it's lactose
Fairlife's
free.
really good.
Fairlife's really good.
We used to get Fairlife and then we stopped.
Except
Because
I go through a Fairlife thing in like 2 glasses. So she's like, "Stop drinking my milk."
Well,
I was like, "Buy me more milk."
The thing is like, okay, like if you have a bowl of cereal, like given I have chocolate Fairlife, so I'm not gonna have a bowl of cereal with chocolate Fairlife.
Yeah,
But like even like 1 glass, like you drink it, it's kind of good.
yeah.
Pour yourself a 2nd glass. Well, now it's already like a 4th
Well,
gone.
chocolate's dangerous. Like
Like it's a 4th gone already. Okay, someone
Yeah.
else has a glass, then you have a glass. It's half gone. You pour yourself a glass that last time, and there's like
and you're gonna drip the
There's
last
just
part in.
enough of
You got like half a glass, so you're gonna drink the first few sips and then go in for the second half just to finish her off.
and that's 2 days in.
Because you're not gonna come back for half a glass.
No, so you just drink it all, and then someone's mad at you.
It's kind of like when you go to like the soda machine and like you go to hit it and then you like drink half of it and then you like fill it up again. But you stand there and drink it because
That
you
is-
know you're gonna come back. The biggest sip is always the first sip is always the biggest.
Fair. I can't
Think about
I
it.
can't drink Mellow Yellow like because I think of Five Guys because that's the only place where I go in and I go in alone. I'm not ashamed to eat alone anymore. I've realized I've grown up enough where I can eat alone and I'm not ashamed of it. I've ate at Five Guys by myself.
Dude, I love that. It's a great feeling.
So weird though. Like I'm sitting there just like on my phone looking at it, then put it down. Like just
I mean, you
looking
eat
around
alone at
eating.
work, don't you?
I mean, we all sit together sometimes.
Oh, that's fair.
Or...
See, after work, I'll just like my coworker will be working, so I'll grab my food and just like sit at a booth and eat.
And yes, we can like go over like if like I'm closing and someone else doesn't want to eat, I'll grab my food and go sit in the back and eat. But like I'm in Five Guys and I go like do my order and it takes like 20 minutes to get your food. It's just fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's good food, so I'm like,
yeah.
So I go to fill up my large Mellow Yellow because, fuck yeah, I got a large. And you fill it up to the top with the foam or fuzz or fizz, that's what it's called. And you just take a nice sip of all the fizz and just Mellow Yellow. Then you put it back down and then it's like half a cup. And you're like, damn it. Fill it up again. Take a little sip and then fill it up a third time. So it's full. And then you're like, put the cap on it. And, then you start doing it. Fruity Looty said, I like going to the movies by myself. I don't have anyone talking to me during the movie. That's fair.
See, I like watching movies by myself. I don't go to the movies that often.
I only go to movies for special occasions. Infinity
like big
War
movies.
Was big. I didn't go Doctor Strange. Captain Marvel was huge. Any Jurassic World movie. Not Star Wars. If they made a new Lord of the Rings movie, I'd go see that in theaters.
I know a lot of people that go to the movies by themselves. My cousins. My 27-year-old cousin went to the new... What was that new Jack Black movie? Where he was like a magician. It was like...
Oh!
Goosebumps? Was that it?
Well, Goosebumps, yes. But The House with Clocks on its
The
walls.
House, yes.
That looks so good. I want to
My 27-year-old cousin went by himself, and I said, why? He goes, because it's Jack Black. I haven't missed a movie.
That's fair, actually.
I go, I respect the hell out of you for that. Like, my cousins on that side, there's 7 of them, are movie buffs, dude. They, like, only talk in movie quotes. My cousin Preston sees every movie, like, that is nominated for an Oscar. So, like, he is educated pre-Oscars.
Wow. All right.
Like... So I do know a lot of people that go to the movies by themselves. Like I said, I watch a lot by myself, but I just like sitting on my couch. So you can get so many movies nowadays that I just wait till they're out and I rent them and like.
I have too many like
because they're cheaper.
Not mood swings. I have too many like feeling swings. Like there's either if I'm watching a movie, I'm either gonna fall asleep or I'm gonna get too jittery to stay there, and I'm gonna want to just get up and move. Yeah,
I can't remember the last like rom-com I sat through. Not shaming rom-coms. I love rom-coms.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last rom-com I sat through at a movie theater. But like, I'll go to a movie theater for an action film.
Does Twilight count?
When we went in 7th grade.
You know what last rom-com I think I saw?
What?
And with who? Oh, it's Warm Bodies, okay? That zombie movie where the guy has to turn... He's a zombie and he falls down. Yeah. Kristen Kerwick, by the way.
Shout out to Kristen Kerwick if she's out there anywhere.
With Marie Vanderwerf there as well.
Hope you're doing well. Remember that time we went to the movies in like 7th grade with Nicole and Luke and like what's her name? Boys, I left my headphones at home so I can't watch in class. I'm sorry I've let you down.
Fonda. I don't know.
Fonda, it's okay, but I am slightly disappointed.
I don't know if you can hear us.
Oh, that's true.
So it's all just our face things or just... No. Coach let me down.
If you didn't hear that, that was me trying to tell you. If you can hear it, it's okay. It's a bummer, though. I feel like Fonda would have liked the discussion earlier about all the sports stuff.
Yeah, he did miss a lot.
Like, I feel like Fonda would have had some good input. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what it is about action movies. I like seeing them in theaters. I prefer to like... I guess it's probably different moods. If I'm going out, I'm more of like like something's happening. I'm excited to like go out. So I'm like, ooh, an action movie. Yep. Whereas if I'm laying on my couch, I'm kind of like, dude, I want to watch Eva Mendes and Will Smith get together. You know what I mean?
Oh, Hitch, nice.
Shout out to Hitch, one of the best.
Glad I got that one. You go Eva Mendes and Hitch or Will Smith get together. I was like, Hitch, yeah.
Or Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake.
Friends with Benefits.
Shaggin' always.
Is that Friends with Benefits?
Yeah, it is.
Thank God.
Or
Adam Sandler and fuck, I forget. I've messed up.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I'm gonna wait till you get it. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you get that name. They've been in like 40 movies together. Her name starts with a D. Does that help you at all?
Nope.
Her last name starts with a B.
Nope.
Rhymes with Ooh Arrymore.
Drew Barrymore. Thank you on that one.
They've been in like 700 movies together, dude.
She's like part of the Adam Sandler crew. That he just only does movies with her.
Drew Barrymore, Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. Frickin' what's his face? Oh my god. Oh no.
I don't know why I thought it was so funny to think of.
Rob Schneider.
David Spade.
Thank
is
you.
who you're thinking of.
David Spade.
Like, I don't know the last movie David Spade's been in without Adam Sandler. It was that, like, Father's thing on Netflix.
But I'm pretty sure.
He's
Adam
got his
Sandler
own talk show now,
it.
though. He's got his own
David
talk show,
Spade.
and I love David Spade, dude.
I love that Shaq's only in Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, of course.
It's just random crap.
I heard a David Spade interview with Ellen the other day, and I love how he just, like, breaks, like, everybody's thinking it subconsciously, but he just says it.
Yeah.
Like, he was in the interview, and he goes, I don't know why I'm telling this story. This isn't funny. This was bad. And she, like, starts laughing. She's like, no, I like it. He goes, are you sure? Because, like, you just asked a question, and I do half my comedy special, and then I leave. Because that's all interviews are with comedians. Is like, you ask one, like, the interviewer asks one question, and then you get 4 of the jokes that are on their Netflix special that they're promoting.
Yeah. Just like,
That's all it is. So then you hear it later, you're like, oh.
But
So
there
it
it
was
is again.
rehearsed. So when he said that shit, I was laughing so hard.
you were just like, oh my
I
god.
was like, oh, he just laid it out for
It's
him.
like, well, you're gonna ask me a question. I'm gonna lay it all out for you.
Dude, David Spade. David Spades were like, one of the funniest things I've ever heard is like, he was talking about black diamonds, like skiing.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, we're going to go down Devil's Ball Sack. And then, like, he goes, nope, Hitler's abortion. And, like, I love that stuff, though, when it's just, like, out of the blue names. Like, I do it sometimes.
Yeah,
I
you're just like,
love
whoa.
it. You're like, hold up, where'd that go? Oh, man, it's funny. Have you ever seen Rules of Engagement?
Yes.
It's a good show. I binge watched, I think it's 7 seasons in a short amount of time. It was a sitcom that, like, I never watched because it was at the time where I shouldn't be watching sitcoms.
Yeah.
And I was only watching Friends because for some reason my parents let me watch Friends at a young age.
Friends wasn't that bad.
Friends,
I
like...
mean, Joey could have been a little less for a child, but...
No, the thing about Friends is, like, Friends didn't say the word sex a lot. They talked around and about sex a lot.
Yeah.
But it was kind of euphemism-y, where, like, Rules of Engagement is like, yeah, I banged her.
We're having sex.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like,
banged her.
that's all David Spade's lines. Like,
Yeah.
I banged
Oh
her.
my God.
That's my
True.
David Spade
You're
impression.
right.
That high pitch. His little
Fair,
squeak, though.
Fair.
He just this goes. Oh my god, dude. Holy crap, man. Yeah. What was the last movie Adam Sandler made?
The do-over.
With David
David
Spade? Have you watched that, oh, what's his name? He was in King of Queens. Kevin James. Have you watched that, the actual thing of the assassin or whatever? The internal, like...
So he's a writer, and he writes himself an assassin?
Yeah.
Yes, it was stupid.
Okay, because I talked to some people about it, and they're like, that was actually a really good movie.
My parents loved it, but I was like, what is this?
I saw the preview, and I saw what movie it was. I go, this cannot be good. And then people were like, no, because you think it's going to be a comedy, but it's actually like kind of a good action film.
It is, but it's just Kevin James.
But it's Kevin James, so I don't think I could take him seriously in an action movie.
I couldn't. You just ruined it for me.
It was kind of like Adam Sandler in The Do-Over. Even though, like, that was supposed to be comedic, I still, like, Adam Sandler was holding a gun, and I was like, there's something wrong here.
Just like, what is this? What?
You're supposed to hold a golf club or a football, not a gun. Like,
Fair.
I guess I should say.
Where's
a hockey
Happy
stick.
Gilmore 2 when I need it?
I don't think it's coming out.
It should.
Top Gun 2 is coming out. With Miles Teller as Goose's son.
Bad Boys 3.
Yeet. Never seen any of them.
Oh, that's tough.
It's
a good Will Smith movie.
Yeah. Maybe you should watch it.
It is really good, actually. There's funny comic stuff in it. I think Martin Lawrence is really good, too. I think he's funny.
Yeah. You see Tracy Morgan's got a new show?
The Last OG.
Yeah. Have you watched
I
it?
watched with my dad.
Is it funny?
If you find Tracy Morgan like really funny,
Then
yes.
it's funny. Sure.
If you don't like Tracy Morgan's comedy, no.
Fair.
Uh,
Which side are you on for that?
I like. I think he's funny, but like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes his voice bothers me
That's
because
fair.
it's just a unique voice. But
Yeah.
I'm like after hearing it for like 30 minutes,
And it's
I'm like,
higher pitched, and usually higher pitched voices get annoying faster.
yeah, and so I'm just like, okay. But there's this new show, came out last year. It was Cedric the Entertainer.
What's it called?
Uh,
The Neighborhood?
Thank you.
I haven't watched it. That looks funny as hell.
It's actually funny because there's a lot of like race euphemisms
Yeah.
in it, and it like makes a lot of jokes at a white family movie into a black
Yeah,
neighborhood.
that's
It's
funny as shit, dude.
hilarious.
See, I think that was. Did you ever get into Blackish?
Nope.
I never found that really funny.
I just knew that.
And I didn't find Off the Boat really funny either. And it was like based both around race very much.
Yeah.
Now, Blackish has gotten away from that, and Blackish has become a very good show.
What's
I've
his
heard.
face
I've
is
never
in that
watched
show
it.
that I really like.
Anthony
from
something?
Matrix.
Oh,
Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Thank you.
But the Neighborhood looks really good because it's like you see you see the difference.
If you could mute that show and still
you would still laugh
because you can just see it in like how they act.
You see how uncomfortable like that
Cedric the Entertainer
white dude
is,
should be, and vice versa.
Because the thing is like they make the white dude doesn't act like he's like nervous
Sure.
or like embarrassed and stuff like that. And you as a person
You're like, oh, dude,
like,
you should
oh,
be.
Man.
You should be.
Oh no.
I hate I love those type of shows, but I'm the person who gets super nervous for that guy.
There's some shows that like get me so much where I like will have this and I'm like.
Sometimes I gotta turn it off. I'm
go,
like, dude, I feel so uncomfortable.
I sat there and I go, what was that?
What happened?
It breaks my like zone in the show,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, all right, enough of that.
Enough of that, dude. Yeah.
Especially super awkward like things where like they're like, oh, I caught like this bitch sleeping with my husband, and then they go to their husband.
What
and this,
are you watching?
This is just a totally different.
I don't think this is
thought of
hypothetical. I
This
think
is very much hypothetical, actually.
that popped into your head real fast. What were you
Well,
watching last night with Juice and Teresa? I'm
I
scared.
was watching Friends.
Was it
last
Real Housewives of
night.
Compton?
I was watching Friends last night.
Can you imagine a Real Housewives of Compton?
Oh,
That
tough.
would be horrifying.
I think Atlanta's bad enough, but
Oh God.
But no, so like they'd be like she builds this all up in her head. She's like gonna go like call out like her friend and her husband, right? She walks up to go call them out, and like they're fine about it, but like she's like yelling at them doing it.
Yeah.
And like they have proof that they didn't do it. And I'm like,
And you're like,
oh no,
you full clench.
I
for
just
sure.
am like, oh, you messed up, honey.
Oh. No, I know you're ethnic, but
real
like
White Housewives now.
You messed up, honey girl.
You messed up, honey girl.
I turned into Boo Boo's mother right there, honey Boo
Apparently,
Boo.
We're gonna turn that off right now and go back to our manly voices down here, a little few
No.
octaves down.
Betty, is that you? Betty, you look so good. You cut your hair. You lost some weight. You're tan.
Can I say the first I came to have was Golden Girls, and I thought of Betty White?
Dude, Betty White? Hell yeah, what a woman.
Is she in Golden Girls?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, I shouldn't have messed that up. If my mom ever watches this, she's gonna kill me.
You think Teresa's gonna tune in?
Yeah, I made them YouTube accounts, and I just gotta subscribe to it.
Nice.
Because my dad always complains.
Did you do that yesterday?
No. I gotta they're made with their accounts, but I haven't subbed yet.
Oh, I was gonna say, because that's probably where the 12 came from yesterday. I feel like whenever we bring up the YouTube, it's a good time to stop. And it's
It came up naturally too.
2 hours and 34 minutes in.
You know,
Any final words? Ron?
anyone wants to follow, we're close to 50. And we've honestly done, what is it, the second weekend? If we hit 50 followers today, we could actually probably become affiliates right now.
Well,
If you want to follow and you're not followed yet, follow. Or tell all your friends to follow.
yeah.
And then follow again. Make a new account and follow again.
But more importantly, come back in the future.
And follow our other accounts down here.
Yeah, these are our Twitter accounts and our
Other Twitch accounts.
Twitch accounts and our YouTube, all under the same names. But most importantly, if you've already followed, if you don't want to follow, no worries. But come back if you enjoyed it. If you stuck with us,
I don't know how you're gonna find us again, but come back and find us.
If you've stuck with us this far, we really appreciate it. Come back next week. We do this every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Most of the time, Gates is here on time. And
I drive a 2002 pickup truck. He lives far away.
We also have our YouTube where we post all of our podcasts to it. So if you missed the beginning and want to see, you can go back and watch those. That's I'll actually type that into the chat right now. That's just Dova Entertainment on YouTube. But also, yeah, like we said, we both have so that's our YouTube. We both have personal YouTube accounts where we vlog. And
we also play games
post
and
gaming
post other stuff.
So yeah, these are our other accounts. Go check us out. Go sub on YouTube. Go follow on Twitch. And thank you guys so much. We will see you next week.
Peace out.